Probably should have moved the mic before I started recording, but oh well. Always unprofessional. Well, I just gotta double check to see if everything worked, because that's how I always do it. There we go. There we go. I have no idea how many people are up and about on a Friday night. No, it's Saturday. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I work tomorrow. That's the reason why I'm doing it. Doesn't really matter what the frame rate is. All right. Just here to relax for a bit and talk and whatever and look at the chat and hang out with you guys. I was trying to see if other some of my friends are around to chat with me, but unfortunately either some of them are busy or are just unfortunately not in the mood, which I can understand that. It is almost 7 o'clock and around here. But I don't know, maybe Star will be around, who knows. But yeah, first things first, I'm starting my new job as of tomorrow, so I'll definitely be a lot more busy from this point onward. Working 4 10-hour days a week, so content will be slower, but it was inevitable. I was trying to get my. Well, I was on vacation for a while. I was trying to get my computer earlier than that, but unfortunately, Unfortunately, it took like 2.5 months to get it, just because of circumstances. I was getting it just from a friend of mine. It's obviously shit happens. Whatever. It is really not that big a deal, but it is what it is. If I can't do that much content, then I can't do that much content. But check the video resolution. The video resolution should be perfectly fine. Seems like YouTube always complains that you don't have the absolute 100% perfect video resolution for anything. Just like when I tried streaming Mugen, which I will do sometimes this week, but when I tried streaming Mugen, it's like, oh, it doesn't like that either. It's like, yeah, I guess it's a 4:3 aspect ratio, but whatever, it's not that big a deal. But yeah, a few things on my mind, especially the Nintendo Direct was very interesting. Pokemon Unite obviously went through the mobile update, so that's another thing I want to get off my chest because there are things that are improved, but there's a lot of things that are being swept under the rug as well that I really need to talk about. Especially, I had a good conversation with one of my friends. He unfortunately is not around to actually talk with me on Discord. I kind of wanted to do that, but he's not really that vocal when it comes to that. He's a little on the shy side, which is perfectly fine. I understand that. However, he is going to allow me to use the DMs that him and I talked about on Discord. I'm not going to probably show it on screen just because I want to keep things private, but I will read them out. Because yeah, if let's just say that him and I have we're pretty much on the opposition when it comes to Pokemon Unite. I'm completely against it, but he's all for it. But we had a really good talk out. Like, we have different opinions, but we didn't, like, argue with each other. Well, I mean, argument is in, like, have different sides and you pose your own side, but that's what the definition of an argument is. But we didn't actually, like, call each other names and shit, like some people in the comment section did. Gotta love those. You gotta love those people. The once in a while you get those fans that call you names and shit because you don't agree with them. I mean, it seems to be a common theme, I guess, for certain things, but not everyone's like that. That's not that obviously pinning pinning that sort of thing on everybody is not fair, and I would never do that. It's just a select few that do that. But yeah, you may yeah, I guess Pokemon Unite is the first thing I'm going to talk about. I'm going to open up the DMs on my phone here. Because we had a very interesting conversation about that. If there's anything I am going to talk about, though, real quick, is one thing that was brought up right away was the fact that oh, sorry, I've King talked. I would probably have gotten bored of Unite after an hour of playing or so. Oh, and then you retract the message. I already seen it and I already read it out, so too late. I mean, it depends on if you like that sort of thing. The best I can do is Well, here's the thing with that, and I want to make this clear. I'm not against Pokemon Unite 100%. If there's anything that I do like about it, it's the free roaming mechanic side to it. I do like the fact that you control a Pokemon in like a actual like 3D environment like that. You have free roam of that battlefield, and you can use moves down on a timer, like a cooldown or a timer. If I'm being honest with you, I kind of wish the Pokemon battle format would shift over to that style for the main series games, because it would be a fresh take on the formula and something different. It wouldn't be quite like Mystery Dungeon, but it would be something different. How you have different moves, different abilities that you can use at different times, and you gain experience points by leveling up or whatever. Imagine if it was like a wide open field type of like RPG type of thing. And I guess it's similar to like RuneScape, how you can just go in and out of combat whenever you want, but that's I guess a little bit more like square to square based, but this is more free roaming. But it's similar to that, where you have free roam of what you can and can't fight. It's not turn based. You do have moves on a cooldown. That sort of mechanic thing I do like about Unite, and I'm not afraid to admit that. It's just everything else needs to go fucking die in a fire. But this game does not need to be monetized 5 different ways. And one of the things that my buddy here, I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want anybody. I don't want to potentially accidentally I don't want to give out information that I really don't feel comfortable giving out, even if it is a username on Discord. Still, just I have to respect that sort of thing. But one of the things that he mentioned was the fact that most players aren't going to. This is the most common argument, and I understand. I think even Arlo mentioned this in his video. If you haven't seen Arlo's video on Pokemon Unite that was released not even a week ago, please go check that out after this stream. I strongly recommend it. One of his things that he said to me was, well, most people aren't even going to spend money in the free to play market, so it's not going to impact them. But you have to think, while that is true, you have to think that's not Tencent and the Pokemon Company's target audience. Their target audience are those people who get addicted, and those who don't know how to handle the value of $1, and those who just don't give a shit and will just dump their a 0.01% of their fucking money into the game, knowing that they fucking have millions to spend anyway. They're looking for the whales, I guess, like the most common terminology used. They're looking for the whales. That's the type of audience they're looking for. Like, why else would some cosmetics be $20? That Greninja one still is, and the Mr. Mime one is still $18. But let's be real, are you gonna buy like 4 different packs of gems? No, the average person isn't. They're just gonna buy the $20 one and save time, and they don't want to put 4 transactions on their card. They do that on purpose. They always lift it just enough, so you have to buy the higher tier. Then you have a little bit of gems left over, so it encourages you to spend more money. That is just, honestly, that is just supreme bullshit. That is the classic crap that fucking Tencent does in their mobile games. Call of Duty does it as well, where like the COD points are always just shy and shit. I done my fucking research with that. Call of Duty is notorious for that shit. And the only thing that Unite doesn't really do that's it, like in terms of like pay to win, is their loot boxes. That's specifically cosmetics. But to be honest, the loot boxes do not even need to be in the game, even if it is situational and it's not a main portion of the game. We don't need them. You already have multiple different currencies and multiple ways to purchase shit. You don't need to have loot boxes on top of that, because that's just gonna incentive like people just to fucking dump more money into it regardless. And while they are fixing some mechanics in the game, there's other things like the people in the Masters class just randomly getting put in with lower tiers. I find that to be bullshit for 2 things. Number 1, it's not good matchmaking, because you're having higher tiers going up against noobs. That's very poor. You should do that better. And number 2, if you hit master rank, you can't be deranked ever again for that season. So therefore, there's people that are hitting master rank, then literally chilling in the back seat, barely doing anything, or doing just enough not to get kicked and banned. So because knowing that they already have their tickets and shit anyway, so they'll just half-ass everything and earn some currency on the side, having their team do all the work for them. But they are smart enough to just do enough things in the game so they don't get kicked for idling. So that's. Let me look at some of the other things that we talked about. The addressing of pay to win. One of the things that my buddy mentioned to me is that they are giving Temi Studios is giving 3 super item enhancers, which automatically increases 3 items to maximum level. While that does help, it doesn't fix the problem. And it also does not excuse the fact that they tried to fucking slide it under the radar to begin with. That is not something I'm going to be slipping by. Just because they're fixing the problem now doesn't mean that their past actions is going to be excused. They didn't even address the whole pay to win thing. All they did was, okay, now you can get item enhancers slightly faster, and here's 3 automatic 31s. But they never once admitted anything about the pay to win shit. They knew about it. They knew that they got caught about it, thanks to freaking Critical and others who tried it. But that's the thing. It may not be a big problem anymore, but it's still, you can get item enhancers easier and whatever, but still, like, they shouldn't even be bought with real money, period. That should have been a thing. And it's extremely shady, the fact that it doesn't even tell you that you can buy it unless you accidentally buy too many. Then it gives you the options to purchase them with gems, which, why not just, I mentioned it before in that other CC video, why not just say outright it costs gems on the bottom of the page, or on the bottom of the item. That's the only item in the entire shop that doesn't do that. But that's, and it seems a little bit too coincidental to be a bug, because let's be real, if it was a bug, they would have already fixed it by now. So, and they still haven't. My buddy thinks it wasn't their intention to do that, but I'm like, that's one thing. Here's one of the things. You don't accidentally make a game pay to win. That's not a design flaw. That's a design choice. You don't accidentally, you don't accidentally have the option to purchase shit to help you win the game. That, you have to program that in. It doesn't get in on its own. So, like, someone had to, like, go to the drawing board, figure out how to do that, and actually program it into the fucking code. That didn't just accidentally fucking wander its way in there. So that's not something I'm gonna buy. The items aren't that impactful, which, once again, that's a really big stretch, and I've heard, and this is a common argument that I have heard in the other CC comments, and I will mention that as well. Which yes, I understand that you do need a form of skill to become a higher tier. You definitely need to actually have skill and knowledge of the game and know how everything works in order to succeed in it. That I will agree. But what if somebody has the skills and the items? Then that means by default they have a better advantage, right? So if you have all the skills and all the items, well, yeah, by default you are better. It doesn't matter if it's 2%, that's still pay to win. Doesn't matter if it's 2%, 0.1%, if you can purchase something that helps you exceed in the game by any amount whatsoever, that is pay to win. Even, like, the whole, it's not that bad, it doesn't matter. So if I only steal $5 from your wallet, is that bad? Or is it just $5? No, it's still stealing, don't do it. Like, it's one of his things too, is like, his thing is like, he was mentioning like, oh, all monetization isn't evil, which I suppose depends on what the game is. If I had to say a game that's probably not that bad in terms of monetization, except if you're like a really impatient piece of shit, is PewDiePie's Tuber Simulator. I've mentioned this before. Yes, that game is based on waiting, but besides decorating your room for your tuber, the game is designed to be a play in short bursts type of game. You're not supposed to spend hours and hours and hours on the game. And I never really had an issue with just picking it up, doing a couple videos, ordering some items that I wanted to get XP, and then just going to do something else. That was pretty much the premise of the entire game. It wasn't meant to be played in giant bursts. Like, yes, you could pay to skip, but I never had a problem with that. Yes, it still sucks that it's there, but it's not mandatory to succeed. And it wasn't shoved in your face every fucking 2 seconds. And things were reasonably priced. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's a free-to-play game. And at least when that game had ads, you had the opportunity to watch them or not. If you did, you get a little bit of a boost. If not, no big deal. You don't get a boost. But you had the choice to watch that. It wasn't shoved in your face without any way to escape from it. So, like, yes, that game has monetization. Yeah, it sucks that the game is monetized, but yes, like that they have to make money somehow. And you got a lot of currency in the game anyway. I think in like out of a month of playing, I had like $1,000 or something. Like, and when I can buy a lot of shit with that, and had like a lot of like premium goods and whatever. So like, it's not even that bad. It's definitely not the most egregious thing ever. If that game is meant to be played in short bursts or whatever, but like this game here, $20 for a skin, and you can only pay $20 because there's no way to get gems. Remember, the gems are only with real money. So that Greninja skin is paywall behind $18, $20, or whatever it is. Well, I have to round up to 20 because, like I said, there's no way to get 18 unless you buy like 4 different packages. So $20 for that skin, and you have to pay it because gems are only bought with real money. So, but shit like that is annoying, and the whole. I mean, Arlo mentioned this too. The whole cosmetic thing, it's dumb. Like a lot of people say it's just cosmetic or whatever, but it's like, but yeah, if there's anything like what Fortnite does with their cosmetics, how remember kids are getting fucking bullied in school because they don't have the appropriate costume and shit, like that shit is real. Like, I know my cousin who plays Fortnite had a similar experience to that. And that sucks. You don't want to be fucking bullied just because you don't have a cool skin that everybody else has. I mean, that's fucking stupid. It's like, yeah, it's kids, but that's another thing too. Is kids play this game, like, and it is a freaking a free game. And another thing that Arlo mentioned is that it's a Pokemon game, and you wouldn't think a Pokemon game would on the Switch, mind you. Yeah, it's on mobile, but it's on the Switch. Would be monetized up the ass like it is. But it is, so it's not as innocent as it seems. Even like anything that has microtransactions like this of any kind should not be rated E. It should not be, and especially whether it's a mobile phone app or if it's a game on the Switch. If it has microtransactions like this, especially a lot of them, like 5 different ways to buy something, then yeah, I would say that this game is not suitable for young audiences. Maybe they're able to actually physically play the game, but with all the shit with all the shit that's thrown in your face, like that's monetized, like taking 3 weeks to unlock a Pokemon. You think kids are gonna be patient enough to like wait 3 weeks to unlock like Greninja or fucking Garchomp or something? No, they're not. They're gonna anyone who's a fucking huge Mamoswine fan or a Sylveon fan, you know there's plenty of Sylveon fanboys out there. You think they're gonna fucking wait the 4 weeks or whatever it is to get with the worth of coins to get it? Yeah, I know, understand. One of the things that my buddy also said was that they are increasing the amount of coins you get from missions, but that's just probably cutting the time down from 3 weeks to 2 weeks. You still have to wait an obnoxious amount of time. And anybody who's bought in or pre-ordered the freaking mobile version of the game, you are forever behind the Switch players, no matter how hard you grind because of the coin cap. Whatever you get, they also get. And if they already had a head start, you don't, you're far behind. And you will permanently be behind as long as they keep playing. So that seems like a scummy tactic too. It's like the game is really fun with the mechanics. That's one thing I want to say. It's really fun, but this is a fucking Tencent game. And Tencent is notorious for monetizing up the ass to the point where it's just not even fucking fun. I will never ever play Pokemon Unite, even on my Switch. The only way I would ever play is if someone donated me $100. No, don't do it, because you have much better things to do with your money. Don't do it. It was a joke. And there's other things, too, that they gotta fix, like that whole thing where you can just camp out and just wait for someone to fucking attack a Pokemon until they have, like, few HP left and then snipe their kill and get all the credit. That really needs to be changed. You should do it like how RuneScape does it, with whoever does more than half the damage gets the credit. That's what I think. Especially with Zapdos, if 4 people on the opposing team are smacking Zapdos and they get their health down for like 99%, but this one asshole from the opposition comes in and freaking does a sneak attack move and just freaking gets the last last blow that kills it, they get all the credit. that's fucking broken and needs to be fixed, but they are refusing to fix it for some reason. Like, they need, like, and they're constantly, like, patching Pokemon and making them nerfed, and then all of a sudden other Pokemon are way too overpowered. They're, like, the meta's constantly changing, and I don't know, let's call this a conspiracy theory, but it seems to me like they're doing that on purpose. Like, oh, this Pokemon sucks now. You should probably buy this one instead. Oh, this Pokemon sucks now. You should probably buy this one instead. It seems way too coincidental how just one specific Pokemon all of a sudden gets a buff and they're OP, and they just so happen to cost a shitload of coins. I don't know. I don't trust. I mean, I understand I'm being completely biased and cynical sometimes with my opinions, but I don't trust Tencent at all. That's the thing. Tencent is known to scam their customer base. And Pokemon obviously hired them for a reason. We've already seen the shit with Sword and Shield. We don't need to see that again. Might as well talk about Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Where do I even begin with that one? Not getting my hopes up at all. Because the more I look into the trailer and the more the footage I see, I don't really find I don't really find it to be very interesting. It's one of those things where if you haven't played Gen 4 before, I guess I can recommend it because, oh hey, you haven't played Gen 4. If it's pretty much the same game, it's a brand new experience for you. Have fun, go for it. But I don't know, there's people on different Reddits. I'm not gonna really shit on them too much because I don't know what their age group is. For all we know, they could be 10-year-olds posting this. But there's certain Reddit threads I'm seeing that I randomly get recommended on Google for some reason, but probably because I Google search Pokemon shit all the time. But I'm getting random Reddit threads. There's a picture of like how the water looks with the lake, and I'm like, and they're saying like how amazing the graphics look compared to the originals, and I'm like, you do realize the original was a DS game? That's not a fair comparison. That's not a fair comparison at all. Like, you can't compare a game that was on, like, a handheld system from many years, like, what, 15 years ago at this point? When did Diamond Pro come out? It had to be at least 15 years, probably more. But let's just say 15 years. 15 years ago was that game. And, of course, the graphics aren't going to look good. It's on, the console had limitations. Like, it's not that great, especially if you compare it to, was it Link to the Past? What, the Game Boy game remake? At least that one had way better lighting and graphics and water to it, at least. It was still a chibi art form, but the actual, like, colors and pop to it was really good. This isn't anything special. It doesn't look that much better, especially when you're comparing it to, like, a game that it was 2D sprite-based. That's like, I don't know. That's like, what else? What else am I gonna compare that to? That's like comparing like a freaking car from the 1980s to a car. No, not 1980s, because 1980 cars are actually pretty cool. But like that's comparing like an older car, like an older like rundown model of a car, to like a brand fucking new model. Of course, it's gonna look better. It's like that's kind of the, I don't know, the standard, the default, the bare minimum. And then you have other ones that are posting fucking animations of them. It's like, oh, the animations look so good. It's like, no, they don't. Like, it's just little chibis doing fucking random shit. It's not that. I guess all I can say with this one is that the Pokemon fans are so goddamn easy to please. I don't mean to shit on half the fan base, but come on, your standards are so goddamn low. It's laughably low. Like, I mean, okay, sure, I guess supposedly it does look better because you're going from 2D to 3D, but that's it. If you compare this to Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild or Smash Brothers, the game looks like shit in comparison. Well, that's a bullshit lie. It doesn't look like shit. That's me being a little overdramatic. The game does not look as good. If there's anything I can say is that I do like how they got the sun, like the lighting for like the time of day. That's one thing that they got correct. I will admit that. I do like how that looks. But the water graphics look subpar at best. The edit, like, You would expect these little animations and shit from the characters to be bare minimum. Just saying, it's nothing revolutionary. It's nothing over the top. This is the same debate that I had a while ago, saying like they were comparing like the two screenshots of the first trailer and then that weird Switch OLED thing. It's like, oh, look at these massive enhancements, when it was like, I don't know, the trees are a little less cone shaped, but that's it. And I'm like, what the fuck is the difference? I had to like examine those pictures for a solid 10 minutes with Stargazer to realize what the fuck the differences were. They're not that, like, come on, man. That's the thing, like, this just proves that the fucking Pokemon Company doesn't have to try to make any money. They could just slap something together, barely put any effort into it, and make a shitload of money. The only effort that they want to put into it, would you say 2007? Thank you. So it's all, actually, it almost is 15 years. I was close. So, but, like, it's not that big of a fucking it's really not that big of a difference. I mean, well, like, here's the thing, and there's anything I can say about any Pokemon game. It's not going to be like a Cyberpunk game or an Anthem game or fucking, what the fuck's the name? New Man's Sky. Or No Man's Sky. Sorry. It's not going to be like that. The game's going to be functional. Functional? No, how about functional? I can't talk. It's late. The game is going to run well. The game is going to be playable. It's not going to glitch the fuck out, as far as I know. I mean, to be fair, it's not Game Freak making it, so who knows? Maybe there is a game-breaking bug in it. That'd be actually hilarious, but if there's anything that the Pokemon games are consistent of, is that the games are playable, and there is fun to be had in every game regardless. Like, it may not be the best experience ever. Like, even with Sword and Shield, when I eventually do an LP on that game or a live stream on that game, I guess we'll see how I feel. But they're not revolutionary, but they are fun to an extent. You will have some sort of enjoyment for the most part. I mean, unless you're looking for anything besides the same copy paste formula, then you probably won't. But if you're very, I don't know, if you are like most of these fans and you just don't mind the same experience over and over again, you're very comfortable with that, well, yeah, you're gonna have fun with it. It's the same old, same old. If you liked it before, you'll probably like it again. That's plain and simple there. But they're definitely not like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and when it had Gen 4 mechanics. Yeah, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I wouldn't say that's like the definition of a perfect remake, but it had a shitload of content in it. Like the Heart Gold, Soul Silver had so much to fucking do in post game and whatever. Like, here's the thing, and this is one thing I have to make abundantly clear. If there is some sort of platinum expansion pass, I do not want anybody defending that shit at all. Because the whole point of a remake is to take the original game and make it better than the original games. Adding platinum shit on the side as an expansion does not count. Like, that shit should be in the game from the beginning to make a good remake. If they're gonna charge like an extra $30 again for extra content, then that just proves that this whole thing is just a fucking cash grab. Because if they really cared about making a good remake and not about fucking nickeling and diming their player base again, they would all put it in since day one. Unless it's free updates like Mario Golf Super Rush. Like, if they go the Mario Golf Super Rush route and they put it in for free, that's a different story. If it's free DLC like that, that's fine. But if it's paid DLC like Sword and Shield, fuck off. No. Absolutely not. Appreciate the couple of likes. Tons of content is exactly what the Gen 4 remakes need, not just graphical updates. Yeah, the only thing that I've seen that caught my attention was the Underground. The Underground looks good, especially with the extra biomes, which I hope are in the game. They're going to be in the game. Let me rephrase that. I hope those are not in the post game, and you can get access to them earlier, because those need to be a thing right away. If they're not in the game, if you don't have access to them until after post game, then this game may suffer the same fate as the previous the previous installments, the original Diamond and Pearl, where there's like barely any fucking fire types, and then certain other types are really, really hard to come by. Gen 4 was definitely not perfect when it came to that. It had some Pokemon types were almost non-existent or just downright out of the question. Like, I'll be honest, I freaking didn't even because obviously this was back before internet was really a thing. I didn't even find Gibble. I didn't even find where Gibble was. So like until like after post game and shit. So like it said that wasn't really. I mean that was my own fault. I didn't look hard enough. But like there's certain Pokemon that should just be in the game from the beginning and not put. Then there's other moments like I think you can get Dragonite or not Dragonite, Dratini in a specific area in the post game. That's fine because obviously he's not really supposed to be in the game. Which hopefully that if they're gonna go with the same exact Pokemon, I really hope those biomes are a bonus from the beginning. Don't be post game because if it isn't post game, we might be screwed in terms of the Pokemon availability. Emerald is here. Hello, Jum. Yeah, hello. Cool. Nice to see more people joining. I'm just talking before I head to bed early for my new job tomorrow, which I'm gonna be delivering again, which is very nice. I can't wait to do that. Yeah, YouTube is definitely not my full-time job. I'm not exactly talented enough to do that. I don't mind having a smaller audience anyway, because let's be real, the bigger audience you have, the bigger chance of you getting trolls, the bigger chance of people just randomly fucking trying to attack your videos and take them down with false copyright strikes. I don't need that headache. I'm very content and very happy with the audience I do have. If anyone else wants to join in, if anyone else wants to subscribe, obviously be my guest. You can if you want. But anyone who's already subscribed or liked the video or whatever, thank you so much for your support. It is always acknowledged and appreciated. That's one thing I always have to mention, especially in any like upcoming streams that I do, whatever, because so many people always say, hey, if you haven't subscribed, you hit the button, hit the bell, blah, blah, blah. Like, what about all those people that already did that? Do they matter? They should. So you should say, hey, if you're already subscribed, thank you for your continued support. That should be a mandatory thing. You have to appreciate the followers that got you to where you are now. Yes, it's nice to grow, but you have to like appreciate the foundation and the other support that you have that help build you where you are now. You know, every single one of you that's done that, I appreciate it. Thank you. There's so many YouTubers that don't do that. Even the really high ones. Like, it's not it's like, yeah, I get it. It is about growing. It is about expanding. But you wouldn't be where you are if you didn't have what you had. That's a thing you have to acknowledge. If you're going to do a dex examination of the Pokemon you'd get before being the champion, yeah, I probably would. I'd sneak a peek at that just to see if there's any changes. Most likely on day 1 or even day 2, Cerebi.net's going to have the entire regular dex all out. I'll still buy it to see how well they did. Yeah, like I said, if you're getting the game, if you're getting Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, like obviously don't let my opinions influence what you want to do. That's not the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. It's more so I'm just giving what I think, and I don't know. And me personally, I think that we should get just a better remake overall. But if you are very content with just replaying Diamond and Pearl again, or just experiencing it for the first time, whatever your reason is, buy it. As long as the main thing is, and I can't stress this enough, I may not think it's worth the $60. However, if you are gonna have a good time with the game, and if you're gonna enjoy yourself, well, yeah, that would mean that it's worth the $60 to you, wouldn't it? So yeah, go ahead and get it. That's the whole point of like having different opinions and stuff. I may not think it's a good buy because I want something other than copy paste, but if you don't mind that sort of thing and you really like the game as it is and you just want to play it again and you have the money, yeah, all right. Like obviously it would only be a waste of money if you didn't enjoy yourself, you know what I mean? What's next? An even lazier black and white remake? How about yeah, it's called just take the original games and just sell them on the eShop for full price. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. That's the easy way out. Alright, at least, you know what, if there's anything I can give Diamond and Pearl remakes, is at least they didn't do that. They didn't just take the games and go here. Well, you know what, I guess they really couldn't, just because the way the Pokemon meta is right now, obviously fairy types weren't a thing and shit, so they kind of, and some moves weren't a thing, and all like, that, like, they're, actually, yeah, hidden abilities weren't a thing either, were they? That was a Gen 5 thing. So yeah, so there is certain things that they have to add to that game to make it up to date. That is one thing I will say. So it is a slightly different experience if you think about it. That's one thing I didn't think about until just right now. So hey, I guess it's a good thing I did. So that's one thing to think about. So yeah, obviously fairy types weren't around, but now they are. In terms of like Mega Evolution being in the game, because that's another thing that I want to talk about eventually too, along with the Pokemon anime, because that falls into the same category. But in terms of Mega Evolution being in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, don't get your hopes up on that. I highly, highly doubt that it's going to be in the game for many reasons. The main reason is that the Pokemon Company in the last Pokemon Direct specifically said both Legends Arceus and Diamond and Pearl remakes will not have a competitive scene to them, and all the competitive play will, like all like the ranked matches, will be specifically on Sword and Shield only. And it wouldn't make any sense to me if they added Mega Evolution in a game where you can't even use it in competitive. What the fuck's the point? If I was a fan of Megas and they were in a game that I couldn't even use them competitively, I'd be pissed. That would just be completely pointless. It's like, oh, here you go. Here's your precious Megas Charizard. Too bad you can't use it. Like, that would just be a fucking slap to the face. Like, I may fucking hate Megas with a burning passion, but even I would think that's a douche move. I don't like the other make black and white remakes. I mean, the Gen 4 remakes aren't even out yet. Give it time. You never know. If they were to do black and white remakes, they should just honestly just focus on black 2, white 2. If I'm being honest, because those are probably the superior versions of the games. Yeah, it's kind of weird if you think about it, because at least with like Diamond and Pearl, Diamond and Pearl remakes, you could add the platinum elements and sprinkle them in within the games itself like that. But with Black 2, White 2, they're technically like, I guess, what are they, sequels? I guess they are sequels to them, but no, they're not even really sequels, because it's pretty much the same thing except slightly different. That made no fucking sense. But you know what I mean. Like, it's the same region, the same story, sort of. I mean, the story's a little bit different, but like, it's the same, but it's not. So it's like, I don't know. It's not really a sequel because it doesn't continue off of anything. It's more of like a reimagining of it, but it's like, I don't know. It is called Black 2 and White 2, but I think it's called like, I don't know, black and white better version or something. I don't know. I don't want an X and Y remake because they're just going to add more megas and just have the same exact game, add more megas and call it a day. And I do not want to see my last remaining Team Latinite member get destroyed. No, thank you. I'm already still panicking that he might get a Hisuian form, and I do not want to because I legitimately had a nightmare where Hisuian Dragonite didn't have dragon typing. And I know Game Freak would be stupid enough to do that. Oh, there was another video too. No, I didn't watch it. There's just someone sent me like a picture of it. It was like the stupid thumbnail of Dragonite crying, and there was like a stupid arrow pointing to him saying, "Oh, this Pokemon's forgotten." And when someone sent me that picture, say like I think the video title was like, "Oh, for original Pokemon that Game Freak forgot about." And the first thing I told my buddy when he sent me that picture is, let me guess what the reason is. It's because Dragonite doesn't have a Mega or any other forms, right? And yes, that was the reason. So apparently, if you don't have an extra form, you don't matter. Which is why I don't fucking like Megas. I am not usually biased. But when it comes to Mega Evolution, I am the most biased bastard you'll ever meet. No matter how hard you try. You may try all you want, but you will fail every time. You will never, ever make me like or accept Mega Evolution in the franchise. I think it is literally the worst thing that Game Freak has ever made. I think it never should have been created. I think that it literally is a how did I mention it? Overprioritized, gimmicky act of favoritism. It's just it's if you don't have a Mega, then you don't matter. Like all that sort of thing. No, absolutely not. It's between that and the popular Pokemon that I can't fucking stand, because it seems like Pokemon is now leaning over to, oh, what sells more? What makes more money? So, like, that's the reason why the Megas were flooded freaking Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, because I wanted to make money out of that. That's the reason why Pokemon Unite is like 98% fucking fanboy bait, if you look at it. The only exception, I think, is maybe Crustle is one of the rando ones in there. I think there are a couple Crustle fans, but it's not a popular Pokemon, let's be real. But Sylveon is, Mamoswine is in Europe, I looked it up. Garchomp is, Lucario is, Charizard is, Gengar is, Cinderace is, on and on and on. You get it. But I'm sick of it. The Pokemon anime, I honestly think it used to be good, but as of like the latest season, I think the Pokemon anime is actually quite garbage now, because it seems like they're only making episodes that just appeal more to get more views, not necessarily a creative episode like they have been during the first few seasons of this well, I guess it's not seasons, but first few episodes of this series. Because in the beginning, it was actually very interesting, and I was watching a lot of it. And this was before the whole Dragonite Island thing. The Dragonite Island thing was a bonus in terms of mine, but nobody fucking expected it. That's the thing. I'm not gonna try to be biased because Dragonite is my favorite Pokemon. But even this, I'm going by other people who thought the same thing, who are not Dragonite fanboys like I am. But the whole thing with the Dragonite Island is that it wasn't expected. It was just a random thing out of nowhere, but it was like wicked creative, and nobody expected Ash to get a Dragonite of his own. Nobody called that at all. And it was just it was just interesting to see a Pokemon that wasn't as popular get its own spotlight for God knows how long. And it seemed like ever since Ash got Lucario, none of his other Pokemon fucking matter anymore, excluding Pikachu, because obviously Pikachu's in every episode. But ever since Lucario evolved, it has had more screen time than all 4 of his other Pokemon combined. Ever since Ash got Surfetched, ever since that episode where it evolved, haven't seen it ever since. Gengar's only appearances were when he got his ass kicked multiple times without getting a single hit in. Dragonite had that one episode fighting Iris's Dragonite and managed to win against her Haxorus, but other than that, haven't seen him ever since. He made cameo appearances once in a while, but Lucario keeps taking the spotlight. He's on the cover of the fucking latest season again. He's always on the promotion. There's a episode dedicated to finding his fucking Megastone. Gee, that smells like fanboy bait if I've ever seen it. It just seems like they weren't getting enough fucking views in some of the seasons, so they decided to add Lucario in there just so people would be fucking tuning in more. Am I the only person that thinks that? Probably. But, I have not been really tuning in very much. There's some episodes that are kind of interesting, yeah. But there's a lot of them where Lucario just shows up for no fucking reason. That pisses me off. He's not the only Pokemon on Ash's team. I may hate fucking Dracovish, and honestly, I really don't like him as a dragon type, to be honest. But the poor bastard got one thing of screen time and haven't seen it ever since. It knocked out Iris's Dragonite with a bullshit move, and that's it. We haven't seen it ever since for fucking 10 episodes. Where the hell is it? Is it gone? Sorry, I need a moment. I went on a tangent there. Bottom line, I fucking hate Lucario. And no, not because of him himself, it's because of his reputation that I can't stand him. I think he's a pretty cool Pokemon. I do like his design. I do like his typing. I just fucking hate his popularity. It burns me. It burns me so bad. There's another news article that I read. Yeah, this is opinion-based, but it just proves my point. Where he was giving a top 10 list of most heroic Pokemon in the anime. Lucario was on that list because he sacrificed himself to save Mew in that one movie. He did not mention Latios, who did the same fucking thing to save an entire city. That's biased, isn't it? Lucario and Latios did the same thing. They sacrificed their life to save someone else's life or multiple lives. But one is just better than the other because it's Lucario. Sure. So it's one of those things where, I mean, news articles do it. Everybody does it. You talk about the most popular things because it gets you more attention. That's just how it is. And the Pokemon Company does it too. That's why Pokemon Unite exists. Is to slap a bunch of fanboy Pokemon on it. Surprised it doesn't have Megas yet. But slap a bunch of things on there and try to sell more fucking microtransactions on it. That's the only reason why Megas were added to the Mystery Dungeon remakes as well. The Megas had no business being in that game, but they slapped it on there and put a bullet point on the back of the box with a little picture on the back of the box to signify, oh hey, Megas are in the game. Because they probably had a feeling that the games wouldn't sell well without it. And newsflash, it's still sold poorly. So good job. All right, reading comments now after I'm done fucking bullshitting for the past 20 minutes. Oh man, I'm heated now. I'm like, actually, my ears are actually flaming red right now. You can't see it, but like, holy crap, I am like actually pissed. I pissed myself off way too hard there. All right, Data Drake. All right, let me ask you though, if Mega Evolution weren't in the game and replaced with something else, what would you think it should have been? That's a good question. Z moves aren't bad. The thing with Z moves though, that's one thing that I can say with Z moves is that at least every Pokemon can fucking do it. Same thing with Dynamax. Gigantamax is just fucking Mega Evolution. It's just a Mega Dynamax hybrid, let's be real. Which, I still fucking hate it. I hated the fact that I called Charizard getting a Gigantamax before Gigantamax was even announced. Because all they did, I remember back that one. Remember that one stream that I said, oh hey, why else would the champion have an undefeated Charizard? He must have a form. He must have a new form, whether it's a Mega Evolution or an entirely new form. And then like a week later, they announced Gigantamax forms, and Charizard was one of them. It's like, oh, called it. That was fucking predictable. Honestly, Dynamax, as much as it's kind of goofy, once again, every Pokemon can do it. It helps. It's not specifically to one or two Pokemon or one group of Pokemon. At least everybody can fucking use the mechanic. I still probably won't use it in my playthrough just because I don't like using gimmicks. But if there's anything I can say, every Pokemon can do a Dynamax. So it's not secluded to anything. If you look at, I mean, back in friggin' Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, like, I think the, there was most people not picking Flygon because he didn't have a Mega, and he was already subpar compared to fucking Salamence and Metagross as it was. But now you have even less of a chance of picking him because he doesn't have a Mega. So, like, some people still did because it was their favorite. I did because he didn't have a Mega. I wanted to be the rebel in my playthrough. It's like, oh, you don't have a Mega Evolution? You're on my team. Congratulations. But that whole mentality where Pokemon that doesn't have a unique special form, like an Alolan form, Galarian form, or Hisuian form, or a Mega Evolution is just forgotten or not important. It's like, no, that's not how it works. It's like Dragonite is one of those Pokemon where he's perfectly fucking fine on his own. He doesn't need to be updated. He doesn't need to be changed. It's like, he has weaknesses, yeah, he's not invincible, but no Pokemon is, especially a Pseudo Legend. Pseudo Legends are strong, but obviously they're not invincible because what the fuck's the point of it then? They'd be banned. Similar to Mega Rayquaza. I love the fact that so many people put Mega Rayquaza on their top 10 most powerful Pokemon list when you can't even fucking use it because it's banned. How powerful is it if you can't even fucking use it? Yeah, Flygon, that's the thing. Flygon, I mean, I'm not the first one to say this, but Flygon is just a poor man's Garchomp. It's just unfortunate. But that's the thing. If you have like the same exact typing or whatever, like, Flygon is only used if you can't use Garchomp. But that's the thing. That's another thing too. Like you don't even know how many times that Dragonite or even Gudra was put on the very bottom like a top pseudo legendary Pokemon list, where they're always like last or second to last because they don't have a form or they're not fast enough. Like they're not fast enough. I kind of understand that. But like not having a mega, just anybody that has a mega just automatically on the top. You understand how fucking wrong that is. Like it doesn't. I don't know. That's one of the reasons why I can't stand it. I mean, that I guess one of the other reasons why I couldn't stand it either is because of how they treated the Lotties around 2015. I fucking couldn't stand it. Like that almost ruined my fandom of Latios and Latias at one point. I was really considering about like ditching them from my party entirely and just getting rid of all of my shit. I mean but then again, that's obviously I wouldn't be a real fan if I stopped liking them. You know what I mean? But the fact that in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire they changed the whole pacifist thing just so Mega Evolution would fit their character pissed me off. I said it once, I'm just saying it again just in case nobody's heard it before it was just entering the stream. But it's like obviously if a Pokemon is a pacifist, it wouldn't make any sense whatsoever to have a battling form, right? So they scrapped the whole pacifist thing and redid their entire backstory. They're just a bunch of Pokemon roaming around the area looking for a sense of power for their own species, and they come across the Megastones as that sense of power they've always dreamed of, and all this other shit. It's like, where the fuck did that come from? That is not even close to what they used to be. They used to be like shy, timid creatures that would always be in the shadows or whatever, but that I guess being invisible is no longer a thing. They took that out of the fucking Pokedex as well. They didn't mention anything about going invisible or staying hidden. It's just about fucking finding power. Like, what the fuck? It was amazing to find Latios and Latias in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but the fact that you literally used them as test subjects for your first Mega Pokemon enraged me. Yeah, I almost snapped my 3DS in half. I was so pissed. But obviously I didn't do that because I don't want to pay for another consoles, and I know better. Mega Audino is a pacifist too. That makes no fucking sense. How does a Pokemon with a Mega Evolution be a pacifist? The whole point of a Mega Evolution is to become stronger in battle and more is to become that's what it is. It's to become stronger in battle. Is to be more powerful. The whole point. That's the entire point of a Mega Evolution. Oh, anyone that Mega Evolves has a true bond with their trainer. So I guess Dragonite and I can't ever have a true bond because I can't Mega Evolve him. That's fucking bullshit. I mean, Dragonite's one of the most loyal dragon types there is in terms of like what he can do for you and whatever. That's my opinion, but in terms of like popular Pokemon getting the spotlight most of the time, like, I mean, besides Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Dragonite has not made an appearance, like a solid appearance in any game for like the past several years. And the one time they do it in the Crown Tundra DLC, they couldn't even fucking get it right. Look up information on Dragonite. I don't have the Twitter threads with me right now, but they couldn't even code Dragonite correct into the game. He first of all his hitbox size is twice the size of his character model. So when you see two of them on your camp, they're quote unquote walking into each other when they're fucking 10 feet apart because their hitboxes are fucked. They have the wrong vocals for when they're talking with another Pokemon, where they give their angry sounds when they're happy and they give their happy sounds when they're sad. It was perfectly fine in Pokemon and me, so what the fuck happened? And then you have this weird-ass glitch when Dragonite's following you around. If you're anywhere near a wall, his character model fucking freaks out in size, and sometimes he can be the size of a Caterpie randomly. No other Pokemon does that, but Dragonite does. So the one time you actually put him in as a DLC, paid DLC, mind you, you couldn't even get it right. And everything else Dragonite has not been in. Like, Pokemon Snap? Nope, couldn't do that. Obviously, he's not in Unite either, but that's a blessing. That's not a curse. Tried to make a Mega for support, but failed. Well, yeah, because the whole point of a Mega Evolution is the Mega and support are two different things. The Mega Evolution is supposed to be stronger than its original form. I have 7 people watching. Wow, I'm surprised so many of you with it. Brief cameo time. Hi, Mario T. Oh, that's right. You have a stream coming up in about I was about to say 80 minutes. That's not even close. 80 minutes is like when your stream ends. Oh yeah, by the let's talk. Let's stray away from Pokemon for a minute and talk about the Nintendo Direct. More specifically, the thing I wanted to talk about was that the whole Nintendo 64 games coming, and the Nintendo 64 and the Sega Genesis games with the new premium subscription. Huh. So that's the reason why Nintendo keeps busting all these fucking ROM sites and trying to get rid of emulation entirely, so they can fucking rip their customers off by charging them more money to play this shit. Let's be real, it's probably gonna. I mean, I heard rumors that it's gonna be $10 more a year. That's my prediction. Before I even looked at any rumors, my prediction was $10 more a year. So it would be $30 to be able to play these games. Which Nintendo, you should, with how shitty the fucking online service is now, you should have just included that from the base game, or not the base game, but just the base package. It's like, yeah, it is kind of cool to be able to play all of these games with just one like in one place or whatever, right on your Switch. But at the same time, it's like, look at Xbox Game Pass. Look at the fucking value of that and just compare it. It's like, yeah, it may be a little bit more a month, but you get a shit ton more content. It's laughable in comparison to what Nintendo's doing. And then also, fuck you making those controllers $50 each. $50 for another fucking controller. Your fucking pro controllers that barely fucking work without drift issues cost fucking 60. You expect me to fucking pay another 50 for a Nintendo 64 controller? I mean, here's the thing. I'm not against the whole paid online thing. I understand that they need to make money to keep the servers up. But, I mean, let's be real. They sometimes don't even do that. So, yeah, that's kind of a ripoff. And it's not as expensive as fucking PlayStation. Was it PlayStation Plus, where that's $60 a year? Yeah, I get that. But, I mean, hey, at least with PlayStation Plus, you're able to, like, download free games on occasion. Just saying. At least that's a different thing. Fucking Nintendo's like, yeah, no, fucking pay up full price for a remake. Or my favorite, pay full price for a game that has barely any fucking content in it. Oh, yeah. So like Mario Party Superstars. 5 boards. 5 boards in this game. You want to know what Mario Party game had more boards than this? Mario Party 2 for the Nintendo 64 had more boards than this game does. What's your excuse, Nintendo? Tell me. Why is there only 5 boards? Is it limitations? Possibly, but it's sure as hell not hardware limitations. It's probably budget limitations because you're too cheap. I'm definitely on the fence with getting Mario Party Superstars. If I get it, it's going to be a Christmas gift because I don't want to spend my own fucking money on this shit. And B, it would only be to play with friends who already have the game. I would not get it for myself and only myself. I would only get it to play with friends. But even so, think of, there might be other modes with the game. I do understand that there's like a endurance mode to see how many times you can win in a row, whatever. But how many times are you gonna play that? Unless you're like really into it to get a high score. But the average person, how many times are they gonna play that mode? Maybe once in a blue moon. Probably maybe once every month at the most. I don't see somebody binging that unless they're trying to make a couple streams for when the game first releases or something. But 5 boards just gets boring so quickly. Like, 5 fucking boards, Nintendo. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm actually getting a headache trying to comprehend this. Like, I understand the reason why they're doing it. It's just because it's like, oh, the people will just buy it anyway. Just throw it out there. Like, fucking half-ass effort again. At least with Mario Golf Super Rush, that game is starting to improve on itself with the updates. Like, that at least is good. But there was no such promise of updates with Mario Party Superstars. I'm not looking forward to that game. Kind of makes me think who are behind this whole money-hungry developers thing. Might not be Game Freak. No. All right, here's the thing with that, and I will mention this again. I do not blame the developers for any corporate decisions. And I'm going to use this example again. I've mentioned this before in my last live stream talking about, like, I think the Pokemon's not as innocent as you think video, or that live stream. Game Freak was not responsible for the whole Dexit thing. I know for a fucking fact based on shit that I've seen. More specifically, that one interview with IGN or whoever the fuck it was that was asking them questions, and one of them was about the Dexit, and they mentioned something about the Pokemon returning. They literally stopped, did not answer, they looked to their left, they looked back, and said no comment. So there was a higher up, probably a dude in a suit, off screen, telling them, nope, you better not say anything. So you know the higher ups are pretty much telling them what they can and cannot say, what they can and cannot do. The development team may be able to, like, develop the game and, like, add certain things to the game, but if Pokemon Company wants them to paywall shit behind a fucking expansion pass, Game Freak has to do it by contract. They have to fucking do it. Even if they don't agree, by contract, they have to do it. So yeah, the whole hashtag Game Freak lied thing, yeah, they did, but they were kind of being forced to lie if you think about it. So I don't fully blame them. I blame the higher-ups forcing them to do it. But yeah, as like rushed as Sword and Shield was, it was still functionable. It was still playable. It was still enjoyable. There's a lot of things that could have been fixed without a doubt. But like, anyone else find it weird how like the Crown Tundra was probably the most appealing part of the entire game? And no, not because Dragonite's in it. If anything, that honestly, Dragonite being in the game makes it worse because they fucking half-assed it. But in terms of like how the environments look, the gameplays that you could do, like the whole what's it, the raid, the whole whatever the fucking raid thing was called, like the max raid dungeons or whatever the fuck they were called. I don't remember the name, but that was an interesting concept with the rental Pokemon. And then you had like the whole like battle champion thing, which was fun. Like they had a lot of game modes in the DLC, like a lot of post game content. But that's the thing, like, in order to, like, get to the good part of the fucking experience, you have to spend the extra money. That's what pisses me off. The base game is alright, but once you beat it, there's fucking nothing to do besides catch and fill the decks that's there. Which I guess is the main point of Pokemon, but, like that should be the bare fucking minimum to a Pokemon game, is to fill out your Pokedex. Not just the only thing to do. Functionable? I probably did. Yes, I probably did. That's not a real word, but maybe we'll discuss in a later direct. Probably. Toad was playable. Have you watched the Pokemon Journey series? You mean the anime? You mean the anime that I was just bitching about 20 minutes ago? Yeah. Long story short, I did watch it until Ash caught Lucario, and now I can't fucking stand it. And no, not because I hate Lucario, it's just because I hate the fact that they're primarily focusing on Lucario and mainly nothing else. Like, the other 4 Pokemon that Ash caught don't matter. I think I feel, the worst of all, I think I feel bad for Gengar. Gengar had an amazing first appearance. And then, like, as soon as Ash caught him, when any battle that Gengar is in, he gets his fucking ass kicked. He doesn't even get a hit in. Like, the poor bastard. Gengar's not useless. Gengar's a good Pokemon. I mean, yeah, he may be a bit of a glass cannon. But still, he's, like, Riders, at least let him get a punch in or something. Come on. He's, like, you're making him look like... How is it that Dracovish, which is a Pokemon that was born, like, 2 days before that... Get one-shots fucking Iris's Dragonite, but Gengar can't even get a fucking punch in. That doesn't make any damn sense. And I want to see Sirfetch'd again. Sirfetch'd is one of those Pokemon that I was very mixed at first. I thought it was the stupidest fucking thing ever. But now I kind of like him. It's that stupid smug smile he has on his face. He's like, yeah, you know you want this. Rumor they might add Latias to Pokemon Journey series. Gee, if Ash fucking catches the Latias and Dragonite, oh my fucking god. All I can say is, I did it first. I am the original Team Latinite. I had the Dragonite and the Latias on my team since 2006, thank you. I mean, he probably won't catch Latias. If anything, Go would, but because Ash already has a full team. I mean, hell, unless Gengar sucks so bad that he decides to trade it off. Which, no, actually, no. You know what? Don't, because Latias, I prefer her not to battle. Don't. Even if she makes just an appearance in an episode, that'd be cool. I kind of would rather have her and her brother not caught. That's my thing. But thinking about how stupid the anime is, like thinking how wet water is. Oh yeah, no, that's just no. I've already mentioned how bullshit that fucking Dracovish part was. The thing of it is that they had to even up the score so that way Ash's Dragonite would be fighting Haxorus, and that was like literally the only way to do it. Like, I'll mention it again, too, because I have to mention it. Because if you've already seen the other video, sorry for repeating myself, but I want to say it here, too. If you look at the black and white anime series, and you've seen all the shit Iris's Dragonite has been in, especially against Dawn's Mamoswine hit him with Ice Beam like 3 fucking times, and he still won that fight. He was frozen solid multiple times, took a fucking ass whooping, and still won. And let's face it, he probably has multi-scales and ability, because how else would he survive so many attacks? Ash's Dragonite didn't lay a finger on him, so technically he should be full HP. Yeah, I'm looking into this logically, I don't care, let me have my fun. How does fucking Dracovish, which is a new Pokemon by the way, it's brand new, it was just born like a couple days ago, how is it that he's able to fucking one-shot him? Yes, I get it. It's Ice Fang. Ice Fang is 4 times weak to Dragonite. I get it. But Irish's Dragonite has taken so much more abuse than that and lived. But now all of a sudden it just randomly flops on his ass and dies in 1 hit. I still think that's like the most bullshit thing ever. And I'm not even a fan of Iris's Dragonite. I honestly am kind of scared of it. I think it's like the exact opposite of what Dragonite should be. Ash's Dragonite, that's how Dragonite should be. That's the perfect representation of Dragonite. But still, like, Iris's Dragonite ain't no pussy. That thing should be able to tank hits, but no, just so happened for him to be one-shot by Ash's Dracovish. It's like I guess it was a critical hit. Oh, does he have that ability that makes Fang moves more powerful too? Probably. I don't know. It was still bullshit in the end. The only time where Latias appear again in a long time is that stupid Hoopa movie. Don't get me started on the fucking Hoopa movie. That was during the dark era of 2015. Oh, 2015. When I did that stupid fucking Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire review and got pissed off. I saw the Hoopa movie and got infuriated. And the same year where High Fuckface hacked my channel because of a fucking opinion on Mega Evolution. You see why I don't like Megas? If there's anything that the Hoopa movie taught me, is that Pokemon are fucking worthless until they Mega Evolve. Clear example, once again, the Lotties. They were getting their ass kicked repeatedly, over and over and over again. But then when they Mega Evolved, oh, now they can handle everything and they're super strong and shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. I hate that movie so much. That movie was, honestly, the only reason why that movie existed was to fucking attract Mega Evolution fanboys. That's it. Same reason why Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire existed, was to just, oh hey, Mega Evolution is popular, let's just capitalize on that and just let these fanboys eat it up and make more money off of it. For the record, I'm not against anybody who likes Mega Evolution. That's fine, as long as you don't tell me to like it. That's fine. If you like it, if there's a one specific Pokemon you absolutely love its Mega Evolution and whatever, that's your decision. That's your opinion. You all have all right to do that. Obviously, because I hate it, that doesn't mean that I'm attacking you, and that doesn't mean that... I mean, I said Mega fanboys, but yeah, but it's true. Well, that doesn't apply to everybody who likes Mega Evolution, by the way. Oh, I can't stress that enough. I don't want people thinking that I'm being biased and like, oh, everybody who likes Mega Evolution... No, that's not what I'm saying. There's just a group of Mega Evolution fans that's the only thing that fucking matters in the franchise to them. There's people that are literally demanding it to be in the Gen 4 remakes. Not just asking, demanding. Like, it needs to be in the game in order for it to be good. That is what I call a fanboy. That movie made me stop watching Pokemon movies anymore. Yeah. That dude was a man-child. Were you surprised? I don't even know what happened to him. He disappeared off the face of the planet in 2016 and haven't seen him ever since. I don't know if his channel's still around. He's just hasn't commented on any of my videos. Like, his channel exists. If you look up Mr. Hydreigon, he's still there. He probably still has that stupid thing where he had this weird Dragonite named Red or something on his channel at one point, if I remember. And he was trying to, like, oh, this is the best. Like, he was pretty much saying that Iris's Dragonite was the definitive version of Dragonite. Like, oh, it's supposed to be a badass, not this fucking pussy who hugs everything. It's like, no, it's like, honestly, I kind of like Ash's a little bit more. Just, I mean, that's the thing. Because his Dragonite is a big lovable lug, he could still open up a can of whoop ass. And like that battle where he beat Mega Lucario is probably the fucking best thing I've ever seen. I'm still fucking shocked to this day that he won. I thought the fucking writers would just make him lose just because, oh, Mega Lucario's #1 priority. But no, they fucking proved me wrong. But as soon as Ash fucking got a fucking Lucario, that's about to fucking change. Yeah. Oh, by the way, have you noticed in that latest trailer how they showed Ash's Lucario starting to take his Mega Evolution form? But, like, none of his other Pokemon made an appearance. Just proves my point. It's like, of course they're going to have that in one of the big things of the trailer. Oh, my another thing, too, is Pokemon Masters, one of their latest trailers, they had a big reveal of Shiny Mega Rayquaza coming to the appearing with the game with Steven. Oh, my God. Like, it's like, I'm sorry, like... it's just so apparent that they're just using that to draw more people in who love this mechanic so much just to make more sales. It's just so apparent. It's like maybe you guys, maybe some people don't. I said you guys, but that doesn't apply to everybody. Maybe some people don't see it just because, oh hey, they love Mega Evolution so much that's all that matters. They don't see that, but like I see that sort of thing. They're just using this as a ploy to take advantage. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Megas eventually make it to Pokemon Unite. I'm legit fucking shocked it's not a thing yet. They probably... Well, that's the thing. If they did put Megas in the game, it would just unbalance everything. They probably wouldn't be able to do that. If anything, I kind of hope they balance them. You like Megas, I don't mind if you... Yeah, that's fine. You can, like I said, you can like Mega Evolution all you want. As long as you're not like Mr. Hydreigon, who literally told me that I don't have the right to like Charizard because I don't like his Mega forms. It's like, what kind of bullshit opinion is that? You're literally telling me what I can and can't like because it goes against what you like. He's only... one of the examples of the fanboys that fucking trashed me. And not everyone does it. That's the thing I can't stress enough. Not everybody that likes Mega Evolution does that to me. There's some people, there's some of my own personal friends that really love Mega Charizard to the point where one of my friends got rid of all the regular Charizard stuff just to have Mega Charizard X stuff. So like, but that might not be my thing, and we have different opinions, but there's no right or wrong way to like a Pokemon. But apparently, because like just because I like regular Charizard, I'm not a real fan of Charizard. What kind of fucking bullshit is that? If anything, you are not a real fan of Charizard because you're not appreciating his base form. You know, the form that started it. If it weren't for his base form, you wouldn't have his Mega form. He just, like, it's not, like, I don't get, like, some people's mentality. Same how you have to appreciate Charmander. I have to appreciate Dratini, because if Dratini wasn't a thing, Dragonite wouldn't be a thing. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe that's not a fair comparison, because Dratini and Dragonite are two totally different things. They're maybe the same evolutionary line, but let's face it, they do not look the same whatsoever. But in Charmander's case, yes, you have to, like, appreciate Charmander and Charmeleon in order to, like, appreciate Charizard. You know what I mean? Because they all come together in one package. I guess that kind of go. I guess in a way, I guess I just contradicted myself because you have to like it all together in one package, and I just said I don't like Mega Evolution, but I don't know. That's you could call me out on my hypocrisy there, but I sounded so smart until I just realized, like, fuck, wait, that's not that just makes me look like a fucking hypocritical piece of shit. I better reword that. You know, I guess it's, I mean, I don't know, Mega Evolution is a very different topic. I can't say, oh, it's an exception just because I don't like it. No, not really. I like the picture, by the way. It looks realistic. My buddy... Oh, shit, that reminds me. Thanks for whoever said that, thank you, because my buddy Nari made this, and I wanted to give a link to his Twitter, because he actually does commissions on stuff in Blender like this. Shit. Let me look on Discord. Let me look on Discord real quick. I want to be able to find that because it is like some of the stuff that he's done for me, especially like thumbnails, models, and whatever. Like the background that he made, like the channel banner, like he also did that for me, and the channel icon too. Like I absolutely fucking adore them. He did such a good job. Nope, that's not it. Sorry, and I'm just trying to look on Discord for the link because like I promised him that because of all of his hard work I would post it, and I keep fucking forgetting like a dumbass, and I want to keep I'm a man of my word. I want to be able to like do that. Oh my god, where is this fucking link? He posted me so many weeks ago already. It's already buried in our fucking DM history. Oh, I think I found it. I found it. Okay. How do I copy that? Okay. All right, I think I got it. Yeah, there we go. I'll just as my thank you to him. Link in the description. I could put in the description too. Yeah, I guess can I change the description mid edit? Oh, I guess I can. All right, hold on a minute. Yay, unprofessional. Here I go. All right. It's in the description as well. Thank you once again, Nari. I should have posted that like many streams ago, and I kept forgetting. We only been live for an hour? It felt like it was 3 hours. Holy crap. Besides, Dratini is so cute. Yes, Dratini is very cute. Yeah, there's a whole debate on like whether people just think that Dragonair should just evolve into something else or not. There's a lot of people think that if there's a Hisui and Dratini that Dragonair should just evolve into something entirely different. Let's be real though. If that were the case and Hisui and Dragonair evolved into a different species entirely, Dragonite would be dead. And I know there's a lot of people out there saying, oh, I still like Dragonite, but the majority of people, knowing how many people's minds work, this Pokemon is new, therefore it's automatically better. That is literally how most of it works. That's pretty much the definition of how Mega Evolution worked. Oh, this Pokemon looks different. It looks better. Oh, it's like that. I mean, that's maybe not a completely fair comparison, just because Mega Evolution in terms of stats literally is better, but yeah. Oh yeah. What if someone came? I'm reading previous comments, by the way. To be honest, I like Megas. If anything, I hope they balance them. That's the thing; they're not balanced at all. And one of the arguments that somebody made with me and I've seen this in a lot of Reddit threads as well, is, oh, if they should just add more Megas, all the Pokemon have them. It's like, that's not gonna solve the problem. If anything, that's just gonna make it worse. Especially when you can only choose one Mega Evolution per battle, unless they change that rule, which let's not, because then you'd be really fucking us. But still, if you have to choose one Mega Evolution per battle, for example, let's just say Flygon gets one. Flygon gets one. Who's going to pick him when Garchomp's an option? Who's going to pick him when Metagross is an option? Who's going to pick him if there's so many other options that are clearly better? Because the Pseudo Legends have a Mega Evolution, especially Garchomp, people are still going to pick Garchomp. So, like, Mega Flygon, even if it did exist, wouldn't matter. People would only use it if they really, really like the design and they just tried to find a new meta with it or something that barely passes. But especially in terms of Mega Evolution, when you can only choose one of them, you want to choose the best one for the job. And 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna pick one that is subpar or just makes it slightly better. You're gonna pick one that goes above and beyond what the other Pokemon can do. So there's a lot of Megas out there that just never get used because they're just inferior to so many other ones. So, like, adding more Megas isn't going to solve the problem. If anything, you're just going to make some for Pokemon that'll never get used anyway, so it's entirely pointless. Mega Garchomp isn't that good. Speed nerf. Yeah, you'd be surprised, though, if you use him right. Garchomp is better without a Mega. That and his design is one of the fucking ugliest things I've ever seen. He got hit with the ugly stick. Like, literally, someone just took it, smacked him upside the head, and that's why he has a giant jaw. Mega Altaria is a victim of this. I knew Altaria was a traitor. It wasn't a real dragon since Gen 3, and his Mega Evolution just proves it. No real dragon's a fairy type. One of the things that my buddy said to troll me was, dude, imagine if Hisuian Dragonite was a fairy flying type. Dude, I'd fucking flip the fuck out if that was the case. If they got rid of Dragonite's dragon typing just as a joke or just as something different, I would be so infuriated. I would be so pissed. I'd be like, his name is Dragonite. Why would you get rid of the dragon typing? Like, oh, that would just be like, I mean, to be fair, actually, no, you know what? I think Karyu literally means flying dragon in Japanese anyway. Never mind, scrap it. I was going to say it doesn't mean dragon in Japanese, but it actually does. I think it literally means big dragon, and no, it means big dragon in Italian, like Dracolosse literally means big dragon. I know that Karyu means like flying dragon or sea dragon in Japanese. I could be wrong. I mean, I think that's what that means. I think it literally means like sea dragon. But yeah, it still means dragon. It is, so like if you get rid of the dragon typing in Dragonite, then he's not Dragonite anymore. So if you change his flying typing to something else, granted, I don't know how he still flies. Maybe he doesn't. Who the fuck knows? But still, if you're gonna change any typing, please let it be the second one. Don't let it be the fairy either. I do not want another Altaria situation. Because we don't remember those rumors. Does anyone remember those rumors that spread in Sun and Moon? Those fake images of the Alolan Dragonair that was pink and that was supposed to be a fucking pure fairy type, and everyone was saying, "Oh, he's a traitor." Do you remember those fake rumors? I do. Oh, that was funny. That was so. That was actually like I was pissed at first, and then like I was pissed at first when I seen that until I realized it was a troll. I'm like, okay, yeah, I admit you got me. Yeah, that was a good joke. I'll tell you, it was trash anyway. Terrier's 100% garbage. I don't see that thing being a dragon. It should not have been dragon and flying type. If anything, it just makes it easy. It just makes it a fun target for your ice types. Or hell, even your fairy types at this point. Yeah, if you want to go from normal type to dragon type, then here you go. We'll just send a bunch of fairies after you. At least the pre-evolution was. Yeah, I mean, not. Yeah, Swablu's fine. Swablu's perfectly innocent because Swablu's not a dragon. It would be interesting if the Dratini had an Alolan form. It would be interesting to see if Dratini has a Hisuian form. For whatever reason, the back of my mind, I think like I have like a really, really strong feeling in the back of my mind that if Dratini is going to be in the game, he will have a new form. Because I mean, I hate to put my favorite Pokemon down, but let's be real. He should have gotten a new form by now. I'm fucking shocked Dragonite hasn't been changed yet. The original pseudo legendary Pokemon hasn't been changed. No Mega, no Gigantamax, no alternate form, just like almost all the other Gen 1 Pokemon. I'm shocked the Dratini lineup has not been touched. And in honesty, it's kind of overdue. As much as I hate to admit it, I don't want him to be, but it is overdue. Like unless like maybe the creators think he's he's perfect as is, and they have the same mindset as me. Well, he is perfect as is. He's a perfect little golden boy. Don't touch him. But yeah, I think so too. Like I said, I think he's perfectly fine the way it is, but eventually they're gonna run out of Gen 1 Pokemon to change with these new forms, and Dratini will eventually get something. Let's be real. Just whatever you do, I'll say it one last time, do not change his dragon typing, please. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe that's the reason why they haven't. That actually makes sense, doesn't it? Because it's not like these Delta cards that I have here where there was... Actually, yeah. Does anyone remember the... Oh, actually, hold on. What year was this? I'm going to look it up. Hold on. It was... 2006. It was 2006. 2006, they came out with a Delta species set for the cards, and they were like special unique typings to the Pokemon, but Dragonite was a grass type. Like, does anyone remember that? Latios was water type, and Latias was fire type. They had like, oh, and then they had these Delta species one where the Latias and Dragonite were all steel and electric type. But they weren't like special forms. They were just like unique typings to those cards, which I thought that was really fucking cool. Especially like that was like one of the few times they had hybrid typing on a card, like electric. It was electric and steel, and that was back in like late 2000s. Floatzel's probably my favorite water type. Hey, Floatzel's gonna be in the Gen 4 remakes. What's a pure ice type you actually like? It's a good question. How many pure ice types are there? I can't even think of any. Shame on me. That's the thing. Like, how many pure ice types are there? I legit can't think of any, because usually it's like Lapras is ice and water, Jinx is ice and psychic, Articuno is ice and flying. Oh, all right. I'll admit I'm a shitty Pokemon fan. I can't think of any pure ice types. Somebody help. Like it's gonna what? As soon as somebody says it, I'm gonna feel like a complete idiot. I'm trying to think. Oh man, if this is a quiz, I'm failing miserably. uh, Glaceon. Oh yeah, duh, Glaceon. I guess that should have been apparent. Glaceon is all right. I don't mind Glaceon. Ice should be resistant to grass, ground, and flying. Why flying of all things? Yeah, I mean ice is super effective against that, but oh yeah, the snowflake dude. Okay, to be fair, that Pokemon is very forgettable. Like he doesn't do anything. He's just a trophy Pokemon. He's what I call a one and done. Catch and forget. Like like oh, Regice. Okay, now I feel really stupid. Fucking Regice is one. The Reggie trio ain't that forgettable. You have to go out of your way with all these fucking puzzles with Braille and shit just to fucking get them. Beartick. Oh, Cubchoo and Beartick, yeah. That's right. I knew I'd forget Beartick. I feel very stupid. Yeah, the Cryogonal. That Pokemon, if you didn't mention it, I never would have thought of him. Even if you like hinted like Gen 5 and all this other shit, I never would have thought of it. Avalug's another one that I do not think about on a regular basis. He's just like a walking iceberg. But I mean, the design is cool, but there's a lot of Pokemon that have cool designs but are just super forgettable at the same time. Well, except for this one Pokemon, I say he's forgettable, but I use him as an example all the time, which I guess he's not forgettable in that case. But the one Pokemon I think follows the really cool design but super forgettable category is Dunsparce. Dunsparce is a cool little winged snake dude, but let me just admit you didn't think about it until I said it. Like, if there's anything that should get an evolution or a new form, it's him. Like, come on, like little snake dude needs some love. Oh yeah, how about that pre-order? Is it North Korea that has the pre-order bonus? Where if you pre-order Diamond and Pearl remakes, then you get like one of the shiny Sword and Shield legendaries for free. And I think that's the only way to get him shiny in the entire game so far. So they're like locked behind a weird ass fucking pre-order for North Korea or something. I think it was North Korea. I might have to look it up on Cerebi. I don't remember I don't remember exactly what country was getting that unique reward. I do have to look it up because I don't remember. Oh, it's South Korea. Oops, sorry. It's actually South Korea. I was close, damn it. I was this close. I got the Korea part right. I just got South. I should have said South. Yeah, it has been announced that in South Korea, distribution of shiny Zacian or shiny Zamazenta will be given to players in Pokemon Sword and Shield if you pre-order Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, or the double pack. I know people who pre-ordered the double pack, and I want to slap them. This will be given through code from November 19th up until December 31st. There are currently no further details have been given for international release. So that's very, very weird how like the only way to get those shinies in the entire game is through that South Korean promotional thing with the pre-orders for Diamond and Pearl. Very weird, isn't it? Why are there only two pseudo legendaries that's not a dragon type? That's a good question. A dragon, I don't know. You would think that they would create more. And most Johto Pokemon aren't that good. Yeah, you're not wrong. There's a lot that are just passable and other ones that are just terrible. I will admit that. But yeah, two pseudo legendaries that are not dragon type. I mean, I'm surprised that Tyranitar wasn't dragon type. His design could certainly pass like one. But yeah, there's been a dragon type for every generation except for Gen 2. 6 dragon type pseudo legendaries in a row. Yep. I mean, eventually they're gonna run out of type combinations. They can't use dragon and flying again. We don't need another Pokemon that's the same typing as Dragonite. Oh, I remember back in the day where like people were calling Dragonite the Salamence ripoff. Remember that? Even though clearly fucking Salamence came out second. There was Kingdra for Gen 2. Kingdra is not a pseudo legend, I don't think. It's Tyranitar is. I don't think Kingdra's stats add up to 600. I'd have to look, but I'm pretty sure. Yes, Metagross is the other one. So it's Metagross and Tyranitar that are the two non-dragon type pseudo legendaries. I'm very positive though that Kingdra's base stats do not add up to that. Pardon me. Sorry, I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, his is 540, so it doesn't qualify. Doesn't make him useless or anything. Kingdra's still a cool Pokemon and all, but it's not pseudo legendary in terms of the actual like definition of one. Oh, it was the dragon type for Gen 2 though. Yes. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were talking. I thought you were talking pseudo legend. I didn't know you meant like, oh, that was the dragon type of. Yeah, it's just weird how like the only two dragon types was Dragonite and Kingdra, and the Dratini line, I guess too. But so technically 4. But it's interesting too because even Horsey, his description still is called the dragon Pokemon, even though it's a fucking seahorse. Like it's still called the dragon Pokemon. It's very interesting. Okay, Waluigi fan, what's up? All done playing Pokemon Unite? Didn't want to join the stream because you were playing that game. I'm just giving you shit, don't worry. You play whatever you want. Just don't be spending money. That's all I say. Search Legends Never Die, Latios and Latias. That is so cute. I'm just curious if that rumor's true about Latias making an appearance in the anime. I mean, if you look on that really old poster, like the promotional poster or whatever, the Lotties are on it. Along with, like, Lugia and... What's funny, too, is Dragonite was hugging a Meowth in that promotional picture, too. But that was, like, well before the Dragonite Island episode was even announced. So, like, they already planned that shit in advance. That's so funny. So, like, because I noticed that, too. I'm like, that's like, why is a Dragonite randomly hugging a Meowth? It's like, that's weird. So, yeah, apparently they already planned for, like, a super huggable Dragonite, which is kind of funny. Wait, Mr. Hydreigon is 201 subs? Wait, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? How does that motherfucker have 200 subs? Yeah, I really fucking hope you're trolling me. I almost forgot to spell Hydreigon, but that shows you how much I care about him. Yeah, he does. How the fuck does this asshole have 200 subscribers? Did he just make up 200 accounts and subscribe to himself? Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. That's exactly. Oh, that's right. I forgot that he posted part of my fan fiction. I forgot that he actually legitimately did that favor for me after he stopped being a fucking cunt to me. How did like that actually pisses me off? How the fuck does he have 200 subscribers? Oh wait, I know how he does. I know how he does. Fuck. You know what? I do remember. No, I know how he does. And this is like a long ass time ago. He posted shit on that stupid fucking show, that Cartoon Network show, Incredible Crew. He posted fucking shit on. He posted episodes of that and got fucking copyright struck a couple times, and I think he took them all down. But I think there were people subbing to him just specifically for that. I fucking remember now. Oh, that stupid moment where I tried doing commentaries on a fucking show. What's funny too is that was another thing that him and I got into an argument because he legitimately thought it was like one of the funniest shows of all time, but it got canceled after one season because the show was terrible. Don't. No, people didn't. Yeah, I can guarantee people didn't subscribe to that channel because of my fan fiction. Guarantee it. I would, if I could, I would just re-upload that video onto my channel, but unfortunately, I don't. I don't have the original video. That actually got me going from, I'm like, how the fuck does this asshole have 200 subs? But I do remember, yeah, because of the stupid Incredible Crew stuff. Like, if anyone, nobody fucking remembers that show. Stargazer and I remember that show, but that's just because it's permanently embedded into our brains for the wrong reason. Anyone look up Incredible Crew, Cartoon Network, and tell me if you remember that shit. Why am I fucking talking about this on my channel again? That fucking moment's supposed to be behind me, and here I am talking about it again. Well, I'm alright. I'll just end that there. I'm not talking about that anymore. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, how do you feel about Chris Pratt playing Mario in the movie? Oh my god. Do you want a voice chat? I probably won't have voice chats now, Ty, just because it is getting late. I'm going to be ending the stream in about 20 minutes or less. So I've already talked about like literally everything I wanted to. Why? I'm just wondering, why are the Latias, Dragonite, Charizard your favorite Pokemon? That should I tell? Oh my god, that's should I tell my whole like origin story of why I love these specific Pokemon? I was gonna save that for its own video, but I probably could just say it now. But I will. But before I get to that, I'll talk about the movie announcement. Jack Black as Bowser is the fucking best. It's something I never asked for, but now I know I always wanted it. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is the best. Can there be a cameo where him as Bowser just finds a stop sign and goes, "Hey, that's an octagon." It's made, yeah, it's made by the movie's made by Illumination. Save it for the video. Yeah, I could always save it for the video. All right, welcome, boom, incredible. Ah, fuck, god damn it. No, we're not talking about that anymore, Ghostly. I'm done. I'm not talking about like that's. I mean, if you want to look up more information on that piece of shit show, which by the way, Cartoon Network's main channel still has you rent those videos if you want to watch those fucking episodes for $2.99 each. By the way, yeah, who wants to fucking spend $3 to watch that fucking piece of shit? Jack Black as Bowser memes. Oh my god, like that is just freaking Jack Black as Bowser's the best. The only thing that would have been fucking better better is if fucking Terry Crews played a part in one of these. Can Terry Crews just be Wario or something? That'd be fucking great. I don't know why. I don't know why. Just put Terry Crews in there somehow. That'd just be the perfect fucking movie. I'd watch it just for that alone. Jim Carrey as Waluigi. All right. It's just funny how Jim Carrey's Dr. Eggman and fucking Jack Black is Bowser. It's fucking amazing. Like that is just enough. It seems like this is a joke. Like it seems like it's just a big out of season April Fool's joke. It doesn't even seem real. But you know what? This is one of those things that it seems so ridiculous and that it actually could be real. But yeah, that's one of the things that kind of scares me is it is made by the Illumination, which is the same people behind fucking Minions. I just hope, please, for the love of fucking Christ, don't make the Toads the new Minions. I don't. Please, you don't need to add a Minions clone to every single fucking one of your movies. Just saying. But yeah, with an Illumination film, you expect it to be full of fucking really disgusting pop cultural references. Expect one of the Mario characters to do the floss, by the way. It's gonna happen. Expect them to have stupid pop cultural references and shit. Really fucking cheesy, disgusting jokes and whatever. And in other words, oh yeah, take a guess which Mario character is gonna have a fart joke. Just take a wild guess, because that's guaranteed to be in the movie too. You can't have a fucking Illumination movie without there being some sort of shit humor. So the Elon Musk is Mario. Yes. I had high expectations when Miyamoto showed up. Boy, was I wrong. Yeah, no, it's like, that's absolutely beautiful though. The next Super Mario Odyssey game is just gonna be having you playing as Chris Pratt in a Mario outfit. Dude, imagine that'd be fucking gross. Dude, they need to make a game based on the movie. Come on, do it. Oh, and with the original cast and everything. Oh my god, yes, please. Make a licensed movie game. Make it freaking Super Mario Brothers the movie, the game. Please, let's go. Oh, come on. Come on, baby. Let's go back. Let's go back to the real early 2000s, the fucking SpongeBob movie game and all these other fucking movie license games or whatever. Make a classic one of those. Come on, Nintendo, make it happen. 2024. I expect there to be Super Mario the movie, the game. Do it. You say you sub to me 4 times. You do not need to subscribe to me multiple times with multiple accounts. I appreciate that, but that's entirely not necessary. I want to nod to the old Super Mario. Oh, Chris Pratt must say his last name is Mario. He needs to be Mario and Luigi Mario. Come on. Oh no, I'm crying laughing. That's so funny. What's my opinion on Mario Party Superstars? I've already mentioned this before, but I think that this game is probably not going to be anything I'm going to be interested in. I might not get it. I might not buy it myself right away unless a lot of other people already bought it. And my biggest thing is why are there 5 boards when Nintendo 64 games had 6? So then if it's if limitations are your problem, then it's limitation based on budget, not actual hardware. So World War gonna happen between Mario movie and viewers of the Sonic movie. Yeah, have that. I don't know. Have both of them. Have Mario and Sonic. That'll be the third. That'll be like Sonic's third movie. Like he goes to the Mushroom Kingdom. Rather play a Mario game with Jack Black as in a Bowser costume. Yes, I wanted to. If I have time, I'll explain it here. But for yeah, I if because I didn't. There's plenty of times where I wanted to tell the origin story of why I chose the team of dragons I did. 5 boards and 10. Only 10 characters? That I didn't even notice. 10 characters. Is it 10 confirmed characters or 10 like characters in total? Because 10 is fucking pathetic for a Switch game. Fucking Mario Golf had more. Base game Mario Golf had more. Just to be sure, can I use your book ideas for my book? Yes. I've actually mentioned this to you before. You do have my permission to use any of my fan fiction ideas to do whatever you want with it. I mean, it is a fan fiction. It's not like I own the rights to the shit that I used anyway. It's just that's what fan fictions are. It's basically one giant opinion if you think about it. But yeah, yeah. Feel free to use any of those ideas and put your own spin on them. The only thing I don't approve of is like literally copying and pasting. Just don't do that. But if you want to base some of my ideas and use them as like a foundation to what you want to do, that's more than welcome. In fact, I encourage it, especially if I'm able to like start up something and help you like work up to something bigger. Yeah, that's even better. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you using my work because that shit is old and kind of cringy. But if you find it to be very good, I appreciate it. I'm flattered. Thank you. They cut the roster from Super because of Bowser and all the other. Well, yeah, that's true. They could have added Hammer Bro or something because it's not like Hammer Bro wasn't in a Mario Party before that. Oh, I like, by the way, Waluigi fan, I like that post you said where you just showed, yeah, you took a picture of Koopa and Mario Golf and he says he looks dead and doesn't want to be here. Now I know, yeah, they pretty much just dragged him into the game. It's like, that's why he was late to the party. But yeah, 5 boards and 10 characters is it's abysmal. That is like a starter pack. That is like beta level. That is not a full $60 fucking title, Nintendo. And I don't care if you have like 2 extra game modes like endurance and then this other tournament mode or whatever. Like those things should just be like a bare minimum to it. Fucking how many modes did Mario Party DS have? Like 7? And that was a DS game. Including a fucking story mode. The DS game had a story mode. I'm hoping that the freaking Superstars has a story mode of some kind. Even if it's slapped together. Well, no, maybe not, because they did that for Mario Golf Super Rush, and I fucking hated it. But I guess anything's better than nothing. You have to go. Alright. Koopa's eyes never move, and his animations are like a zombie. Isn't that for most of them? Besides the Super Shot animation and the Super Run animations, all of them, all the animations kind of suck. They're so I wish that like in the update they actually like updated the animations. Like the animations for Mario Golf World Tour on the 3DS was fucking amazing. Like I absolutely like they went over the top with those, but then this one it's just like they half-assed it. I think one of the reasons for that is I've already mentioned this in the review, but I'll say it again. I think one of the reasons for that is that obviously with Speed Golf, they having like big flashy animations with all the players playing at the same time might get distracting or whatever, so they probably didn't do that for that reason. But still, they at least have animations similar to like Mario Golf, Toadstool Tour. Those animations were at least fun, especially Waluigi's. I'll compliment Waluigi's eagle animation every time because that was the funniest thing ever. Where he just spins around and points the wrong way, and then all of a sudden he's like, and then he points the right way and it makes the noise. I fucking love that. That's like my favorite animation in the game. Koopa is even more terrible. Let me guess, stock animations. I kind of want to see that for myself. I don't know, maybe I'll throw on Mario Golf Super Rush when I get out of work tomorrow. 4 likes. I appreciate that. What's up with gaming companies having little content in their base games? I don't know. Well, here's with Mario Golf Super Rush, I don't say that this doesn't get a pass because I don't want that to be a thing. It's not as bad for Mario Golf Super Rush because the updates were free and they were consistent and they actually did them. They didn't bail halfway through. But in Sword and Shield's case, that was purposely paywalled. They took shit out just to resell it. I don't care how many people love the DLC. You can love it all you want, but the fact of it is they still took features out. They took the following behind you out. They took Pokemon themselves out. They took hidden abilities out. They took the ability to Gigantamax certain things out. They specifically took things out to paywall them behind the DLC. They did it. It doesn't matter. They still did it. But it's not acceptable. It's like, it doesn't matter whether you like the DLC or not. The fact of it, same thing goes for Pokemon Unite, and I mentioned this before. If you like Pokemon Unite, that's one thing. But you have to acknowledge it's predatory with its microtransactions, even if you're not affected by it. Because there's a lot of people out there that do have bad spending habits or addiction or something. They see that amazing new costume for Lucario, and then, oh shit, now I have to it's only paywall. I guess I have to spend money on it because this is my favorite Pokemon ever. So, I mean, there's people out there that are like that. They have a favorite Pokemon and they see an outfit they really like. You bet your sweet ass they're gonna fucking spend money on it. It's just a shame we don't have any of this shit in our main series games like we should, because I guess they can't paywall it, so therefore we don't get it in our main series games. During Switch era, they made incredibly lazy. A lot of games like Super Mario Party could have had more content. Yeah. Super Mario Party was one of those things where it was fun for the first month, maybe 2 months. Then it's one of those things where the boards got stale really fucking quickly. I mean, I did like the 2 versus 2 boards though. Those were actually pretty fun. But it's one of those things. I kind of wish that style of board was available for 4-player and not just 2v2. So if they had more options like that, that would actually be more interesting. But I don't know. It's just damn. But oh, I know why you said that, Waluigi fan. I wasn't talking about you specifically. I was just sorry. I had Lucario on the mind. I was just bitching about him earlier. Because Lucario took over in the anime, and I can't fucking stand it. I hate Lucario, but not because of his design and not because of him himself. I hate his popularity, and I hate his reputation. That's what I hate about him. As a Pokemon itself, Lucario's design is really cool. And I love his typing. I think Steel Fighting typing is really cool. But in terms of his, popularity and the fact that he's just in everything and taking over everything just because he's popular, fucking pisses me off. The only Switch game I don't think has gotten lazy is Smash Bros. Ultimate. At least with those expansions, yeah, it sucks to spend more money, but at least you get a lot of shit for your money. And another thing in their defense, in the Fighters Pass's defense, it's not like they took like fucking Ice Climbers out and Duck Hunt Dog and like a couple other characters out and then resold them as DLC like fucking Dead or Alive does, that would be bullshit. At least all the characters in the Fires Pass and all the stages and shit are brand new. And they're additions, not resellings. So that's one thing I can give credit for that DLC. It's new, it's fresh, and creative. So it's actually it is worth the money if you're into that sort of thing. Not mandatory, but it's still a good buy if you're interested. But in terms of fucking Sword and Shield, like, there was a couple good things in the DLC, but everything else was fucking paywalled. And I don't approve of that. Like, that whole following you thing was the fucking topper. It should have been a free update for everybody, but if you didn't purchase the fucking DLC, you couldn't have your Pokemon follow you around, which was total horseshit. And there were people I know that wanted to buy the DLC specifically for that gimmick, and that's the reason why they did that, was because they knew that they would sucker people in like that. And that just aggravates me. Not everybody's like that, but that's what companies do now. They look for little things just to make more money. What attracts more sales? Like, I'm just crossing my fucking fingers that Mega Evolution does not make an appearance in Legends Arceus. I really hope it does. Wait, what's your excuse this time? Oh, the Mega Stones date back way far, 100 years ago. Yeah, I don't want another fucking history lesson of Mega Evolution, please. Just keep that shit in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire where it belongs. Fire Emblem Three Houses ain't lazy too. I've never played that, so I can't really give an opinion on it. I can't say yes or no to something I never played. Or I didn't do research on the game either. Because, let's be real, I didn't actually play Sword or Shield when I did a review on it. But I did a lot of research and watched a lot of walkthroughs to get a proper review opinion on it. Mega Evolutions and Unite. Well, how would that even fucking work? Certain Pokemon would just be better than others by default. They can't do that. Unless it's oh my dude, imagine if they made the Mega Evolutions a fucking costume. And they fucking sold them for $20 each. You know how many fucking people would buy that? I better shut up. They probably heard that. They're probably writing that down on their boards as we speak. Damn it. Tencent would paywall the. Of course they would. They paywall fucking costumes. Of course they're gonna pay that. Have you ever done a Nuzlocke before? No, absolutely not. Especially if I catch Dragonite and he faints. It's bad enough. 3 of my favorite Pokemon already died. Dragonite is the only pure Pokemon that's left alive. Everyone else is dead. Holoware for Mega Evolution seems almost too logical. But imagine, though. But here's the thing. Imagine if, like, the Mega Evolution Holoware was... I should shut the fuck up because this live stream is probably being recorded by someone other than me. But I'm going to say it anyway. But just imagine. All right, if I was someone who was devious... And let's just open up my corporate mind, shall we? If I was someone who ran Tencent, my devious idea would be to put these Mega Evolutions behind these cosmetics that are overpriced, and the way to do that, to fit them in perfectly, would be if you hit a certain level while playing the game, your Pokemon quote-unquote Mega Evolves into this costume, showing off your badassery off to everybody else, making them jealous, and making them drop that extra $20 on the spot. You know you want it. But come on, tell me that's not a fucking devious idea. That's the way they're gonna do it if they're gonna add megas. They're gonna make it a Holoware type of thing, and make it cosmetic. And that's the way they're gonna do it. When you hit a certain level, that your regular Pokemon will quote unquote mega evolve in like that cosmetic skin. You know that's gonna fucking happen. I've been watching these companies' tactics for so long. Like, what was the thing that I predicted? Remember, I predicted somebody paywalling something. Oh, no, Waluigi fan and I predicted when I was on his stream watching the Pokemon Direct. Him and I predicted that Unite was going to be the first thing in it, and I was completely right about that. There was something else that I said they were gonna do too, and I don't remember what it was. Ah, shit, I don't remember because I was right about Charizard having a Gigantamax form before Gigantamax was a thing. I remember that. Oh no, that's what it was. I was right about them. I was right about Pokemon Go paywalling megas up the ass. That's what it was. Because I predicted that Mega Evolution was going to be the most monetized thing in the entire game, and I was right. In fact, it was worse than what I thought, and I already thought it was going to be bad. But yeah, I hit the nail right on the head with Mega Evolution was going to be the most monetized thing in Pokemon Go because of how popular it is, and to this day it still is. In order to like stock up on candies, you still have to do at least like 10 Mega Rage, which is $10 a Pokemon. And even then, it's still temporary, so you need to stock up on. If you want to, since the Pokemon go out in rotation, and you never know when the fuck they're coming back, unless you want to rely on like the 1% chance you're gonna get a stop with Mega Candy involved, you have to stock up on the Mega Energy, or else you could run out. So you have to buy a shitload of fucking raid passes, so you stock up on Mega Candy for your favorite. Because it is a limited time only thing. So that whole FOMO thing fucking comes into play. It's disgusting. I still use Classic Latios and Latias because you still pull off some... Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing with that. They went out of their way to, like, do this whole fucking backstory and shit with the Lotties or whatever. And that whole thing where you could only do the soaring in the sky thing with the Mega Lotties or whatever. Fun fact for you, I never did the soaring in the sky thing and never got any of the legendaries in the game because I didn't want to Mega Evolve either of them. But here's the thing with that. And a lot of Mega Evolution fans agree. The Mega Lotties are some of the worst fucking designed Mega Evolutions in the entire franchise. They're like, the purple is fucking ugly. They literally look like Nazi fighter planes. And they're exactly the fucking same. You cannot tell them apart if they close their eyes. The only difference is the eye color, which is fucking lazy. You seriously at least couldn't give them two separate designs? The only thing that's different is their size and their eye color. Other than that, it's just it's so goddamn lazy. Niantic really had the audacity to skip over Gen 7. My guess is because they want to capitalize on how successful Sword and Shield is right now. So they kind of want to draw in more Sword and Shield players. Yeah, you go to this great lengths to change their entire backstory so Mega Evolution fits their character, and you gave them some of the only Mega Evolution that's worse looking than them is Mega Slowbro. Alright, here's another fun fact. The only Mega Evolution that I actually like the design is Ampharos. I do like the floofy hair. The floofy hair is quite sexy, I will admit. Just kidding, I don't really think that. But I do like the design. Like the Mega Ampharos. The only problem with Mega Ampharos, as with all the Mega Evolutions, they don't smile. Regular Ampharos is all like happy and cheerful with a big smile on its face, but as soon as a Mega evolves, it just gets angry. Like you seriously couldn't have like a passionate smile, like a confident smile or anything. No, it just looks pissed off. It's like, come on, it's like that's another thing too. It's like, oh, it's like it has to look as bad and act as badass as possible. It's like I don't fucking like that premise at all. It's like the design is nice, but the whole way it acts is just stupid. I hate it. Feel like this point Pokemon is just trying to stay relevant. Yeah, it's that's it. Well, here's the thing about staying relevant. Why do you think that my biggest conspiracy is, remember that big poll they took in 2020 where they wanted to get the most popular Pokemon in every region? Kind of funny how they did that, and then almost every Pokemon on that top 20 list made it to Pokemon Unite. Isn't that a coincidence? I don't think so. I think they wanted to gather everybody's favorite Pokemon so they know which fan favorites to fucking put in Unite. So they can attract more people to the game. I mean, that's what I would have done. Charizard is at least decent in Gen 3 competitive. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, regular Charizard on his own is okay. It's not like it's not the worst thing ever, but it's not the best thing ever. Quality of Pokemon Go drops significantly. I haven't turned the app on since March, and the only time I really did was just to check a couple of things. But yeah, but like that's the thing. Pokemon Go is way too monetized for my liking. Like I already made a video a long time ago where Pokemon Go they actively punish their players who don't actually spend money in the game. Like you don't spend the fucking $7 for the event or the $10 for the event pass. You miss out on so much shit. And if you try to just play the event on its own without spending money, there's borderline fucking nothing to do except to catch like some very common Pokemon you can easily find in the wild anyway. So you might as well not even bother to turn the app on. And of course, if so many of your other friends have shit that they have and you don't, and they conveniently make certain things untradeable, because of course they do. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not a big fan of that. That and them adding the shiny decks is fucking evil. That is disgusting. That like I don't like I know why they did it, but I hate the fact that they did it. Cause like there are people out there that want to fill that entire fucking shiny deck. They will drop $100 on a bunch of raids to get that next shiny. They're that kind of people. Raid just that shiny decks. Ugh, I'm so glad I don't care about shiny Pokemon. There was one moment where I think when shinies were first released, and I accidentally found like 12 shiny Magikarp, but other than that, like I didn't care. But I wasn't trying to go for them. I just so happened to bump into them. Next one. Mega Ladies are terrible. Yeah, I always said that. Flygon deserve a Mega Evolution treatment. Fun fact for that, I read rumors that if Flygon was supposed to get a Mega in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but it was cut because they couldn't think of a good design for him. That was rumors. I don't know if that's true or not. I wanted to see Mega Milotic. Does Milotic, I suppose, could use one? Because Milotic is probably, what, B tier? High B tier? Maybe A. I don't think it's A tier. But yeah, I mean, if Milotic could probably use one, if I'm being, like, completely honest. Another thing about Mega Evolution that it bothered me 90% of the time, Megas are from Kanto. I hate that Kanto get. Oh, funny you mentioned that, and I've mentioned this before. You know why Kanto gets so much attention? Why Kanto gets so many remakes? Why Kanto gets so much attention, like with the new forms and whatever? Kanto is the most recognizable gen of all time. It's not the best gen. I won't say that. Like, well, in terms of a foundation, yeah, it did help a lot with the foundation. So you have to appreciate the Gen 1 games because without the significant success of that, we wouldn't have where we are today. So I will admit that. But they aren't the best generation ever. However, they're the most well-known. So because more people know Gen 1 more than anything else, it's the most marketable in the franchise. So if it's you're going to sell more of a certain thing of Pokemon if you have Gen 1 as opposed because more people are attached to the Gen 1s overall. Not everybody, but there's a lot. Like I would have to say 50% of Pokemon fans only know Gen 1. That's not a lie. So therefore, Gen 1 is just the most marketable overall. So if you do more things with Generation 1, more people can relate, more people can cope with it, more people can connect with it. Therefore, they're more entitled to buy whatever you're selling. So that's why Gen 1 is the most recognizable and the most marketable generation in the entire franchise. So therefore, that's why Gen 1 gets the most attention. It's unfortunate, but that's how it works in the game of business. Mega Slowbro moves around like a spinning top. Oh, so he's a Hitmontop ripoff. Cool, good to know. And Mega Pro says the L'Oreal sponsor. Yep, I remember that meme. That was funny. Garchomp My Eyes is so much better about the Mega Evolution on its own. Yeah, especially the design. I hate the fucking design for Mega Garchomp. Mega Garchomp just looks like some little kid that just fucking played with a model editor and just add spikes and blades on him everywhere. Like, just adding giant blades and spikes all over his body makes him look fucking retarded. I shouldn't use that word. Fucking stupid. I'm sorry for using that word. I apologize, but that's just me being irresponsible with my language. But no, it literally looks like it has cancer or something, especially on its bottom jaw. It looks horrendous. I cannot stand Mega Garchomp's design. Like, it's like Mega Lucario from Karina in the anime. Yeah. Well, that's the well, all Mega Lucarios look the fucking same. I mean, in terms of like ashes, yeah. Game Freak is capitalizing on favoritism. Well, that's the reason why Mega Evolution was so fucking popular for a while. And that's the reason why so many fan favorites got Mega Evolution too. I mean, not even just Game Freak is capitalizing on favoritism, the Pokemon Company is capitalizing on it. That, like I said, that is the main reason why 95% of the Pokemon in Unite are fanboy Pokemon. There's a couple of exceptions to that rule. I'm just shocked it took this long for Sylveon to make it to the game. You would have think an Evolution would have made it day one. Never played Pokemon Go, not interested in smartphone games. Yeah, I mean, you're not missing out on much. Most smartphone games are just fucking cash grabs anyway. I'd rather have, I mean, if there's anything I can give Sword and Shield credit for, at least it's a one-time fee of $60. You don't have to worry about microtransactions. Besides the DLC, you know, I probably contradicted myself there, but still, like, it's still, you don't have to keep paying to keep progressing. Imagine if people would be paying for guaranteed shinies. I mean, yeah, but that's the thing. Especially Rayquaza raid weekend. People are already saying that Niantic tweaked the odds because they were supposed to be 1 in 20 to get a shiny from a legendary raid. But people were on Reddit and Twitter, whatever, were reporting it was taking 1 in 30, 1 in 40, 1 in 100. Hell, even Trainer Tip. No, is it Trainer Tips or Mystic? It might be Mystic. I think it's Mystic. But it took him 58 raids to get his first shiny, and another 56 to get his second. 1 in 20? I don't think so. I think there was some shady fucking manipulation going on, knowing that shiny Rayquaza is a fan favorite. So, let's just tweak the odds a little bit, knowing that these dumbasses will try to fucking spend more raid passes to buy it anyway. They won't know the difference. It's just bad luck, that's all. Keep going. You'll do it. Spend more money to have a proper experience. That's what Niantic told me. My first shiny was Apom and Go. Mine was Magikarp. Fan service. I know Gen 3 the most. I know Gen 4 the most. I guess I know Gen 1 the most just because I showed you my copy of Pokemon Yellow. That still fucking works. How does this work? How does this cartridge work? It's been 21 years. How are you alive? Someone tell me that one. How does a battery, which is the same as like a watch battery, how does that live for two decades? How does that? I don't understand. There's some weird like voodoo magic going on with that game cart. A Game Boy game should not be alive with the same save file for 21 years. Just saying. That's just crazy. My Pokemon Blue version died like fucking 8 years prior to that. Which makes sense because the batteries weren't designed to last a long time. They were just there to... That was probably the best kind of battery we had. Mystic Umbreon, no, it might be Mystic 7. 10-point drop in base speed. Oh, for Garchomp, yeah. I know Curlia more than Gardevoir. Yeah, because Curlia is your favorite. I didn't forget. Every copy of Pokemon Yellow is personalized. Apparently mine is. I think my favorite part of it, going back to it, is that the fact that I gave Charizard Cut when I was younger. Fucking gave Charizard Cut. That's fucking amazing. And it's so bad, but so fucking priceless. Yeah, it's just funny how I didn't have Dragonite in those games. 6 likes, by the way. I appreciate it. I'm definitely looking at the. I occasionally check. I mean, especially if this is just me talking with the chat. I'm actually surprised many people are actually liking the video, but I do appreciate the support and the oh, what's it called? The support and the God, it's late. I can't think. Oh God, I can't think. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I appreciate the support that you guys give. It's much appreciated. Most of my brother's cartridges is still save file still active after 2 decades. Oh, so maybe it's more common than I think. It's just weird how like my Pokemon Blue version died like 7 or 8 years ago, and then this one's still going. But still, that's for a tiny fucking battery like that. That's crazy. That's just nuts, though. It's like just like I can't even remember the last time well, besides the video, but before that, I can't remember the last time I legitimately played that. Like I was wondering, like I'm trying to, I can't remember because it's been like literally 2 decades. Trying to remember something from 20 years ago. I want to know like what did I do in that game? Like what was my journey? Like I don't fully remember because it's been so long. I don't know. I as much as I would love to like replay that game on like an emulator or something for nostalgia's sake. I will admit, fucking if there's anything to say, the first gen games do not hold up very well. They're fucking buggy and broken. But it's the first game of the franchise, obviously. It was. I mean, if you think about it, those games were rushed too. They should have had a way bigger Pokedex than they should have, but a lot of Pokemon didn't make the cut up until Gen 2. An old grouchy monkey once said, "We used to play for hours on a single screen game and think we were lucky, and we were." How's that Cranky Kong saying that? Did he beat the game in 1 hour and only used one life? How long have I been live for? Good question. 2 hours and 21 minutes. That's fine by me. I mean, I don't mind freaking sitting and talking. That's really all I wanted to do because I was too lazy to really start up a game. I was just trying to take it slow anyway because I do have to get up early for my first day on the job tomorrow. Not super early, but still early enough to like not heavily get invested in anything. I wasn't going to record or anything. But yeah, like I said, all opinions are welcome. Like I said, I'm very happy there's people in the chat that are accepting with my opinion on Mega Evolution, and I'm not against anyone that likes it or anything. The only things that I don't approve of is people like ordering me to like it, telling me how to like Charizard because of that. Like that stupid shit. Keep that in 2015. Or remember just like downright trying to hack my channel because of I didn't like Mega Evolution or something. Like that shit's dumb. That's childish. But it's one of those things where like you can like something like that all you want, but it's like literally like shoving it down my throat is the only thing I don't particularly like. It's like saying like, "Oh, Dragonite would be so much better if we had one" or something. It's like that shit I don't want to hear because it's just that's just trying to make me feel like shit because he's left out and didn't get one or something. I've heard of that before, but I don't need to go down that road again. Best of luck at your new job. Yeah, it should be fine because I've done Amazon delivery before. I mean, the only reason why I stopped working the first time was because that division was laying off a bunch of employees. Amazon was trying to change their entire second. They were trying to change their entire shifts, try to do one longer delivery run instead of two smaller ones. So they were getting rid of the second cycle entirely for most divisions. And I was part of cycle 2 for the division I was currently working in. And so were like 14 other people in that cycle. So all 15 of us got laid off because there was nowhere to put us because those other first cycle ones just got longer shifts and they already had those spaces occupied. So there was no place to put us. We got laid off. unfortunate, but now I'm back at a different division. Same warehouse though, which is kind of weird. So I'm already familiar with the warehouse. I should this job should be easy. I already know how to do it. So it's more so just getting back into the swing of things, because if there's anything I can say about Pokemon Go that is very positive about it, is that it did help me stop being a lazy piece of shit. Ever since I stopped playing, I've gone out of my house less and I've been way lazier. Because I used to go to the parks all the time. I used to walk laps around my neighborhood all the time trying to hatch eggs and whatever. Like, I mean, I will admit Pokemon Go in concept, similar to Unite, I guess, but Pokemon Go in concept is still really good. Like, I still like the fact you have to physically go places, like physically go to the park, physically walk around your neighborhood. Especially going to Boston was just in New York, where with my friends was just a fucking blast. But and once again, Pokemon Unite. I'm not against Pokemon Unite as a whole. I like the mechanics. I like the way the game is played. I like watching matches on occasion, believe it or not. I like the whole mechanically speaking of the game. Like, I enjoy watching the game. I like I think when Waluigi Fan was streaming it the other day, or one of the other streams, I was actually watching his stream on occasion, because I legitimately like the content of the game. I just think it's a fucking predatory piece of shit, though, that doesn't deserve to exist because of its sole reason why it was made in the first place. If it was made to be fair and it was like a quick $30 or $20 game, and everything was just like it was primarily based on like the mechanics alone, I would be supporting it. But because it's monetized up the ass and back again, I will never support this game. I will never recommend this game. I will never play this game for myself. Because it's just another thing. Well, it's similar to Pokemon Go. It's an excellent concept, but it's destroyed by a shitty freaking marketing scheme. People should be allowed to like what they like, except it's illegal to like it. Well, that's literally how I am with everything. It doesn't matter who you are, or what you believe in. As long as you are respectful to everyone around you, I will support you. That is how I've always been. On Google Plus, back when that was a thing, on YouTube, on Discord. Like, I will support you no matter who you are. That's the thing. Like, even the Mega Evolution fucking fans. I don't know why I said fucking man. Even the Mega Evolution fans. Like when Niantic paywalled this shit up the ass, I put my differences aside and I was on your side. Because I thought that was bullshit. It didn't matter what my opinion of Mega Evolution was. The whole point is that they were still taking advantage of fans in general. They were still taking advantage of the Mega fans, which I still don't like. So that's why I put my differences aside and supported regardless of my differences, which is what I like to do. Because everyone deserves better. No one deserves to be treated like shit just because they like a specific thing or whatever. I feel like Pokemon fans and the fan base are blinded by nostalgia. Yes, I can agree with that, and don't even see the flaws in game. And flaws in BS that Game Freak does. I can definitely see that. That's the reason why so many people are super excited for the Gen 4 remakes. And they're posting so many things that are, oh, it looks so much better than the original, when, well, no shit, it's 3D versus 2D sprites. Of course it's gonna look better in some way, shape, or form. Although, let's be real, I've seen game with 2D sprite work that looks better. that looks better than that game, I will be real with you. But it's just one of those things. It's like this, especially if it's just a 1-to-1 remake with barely any fucking changes. It's like, yeah, it is cool that they brought the contest back, even though it looks lazy as fuck. It's cool that they brought the underground back. It is cool that they brought the ball capsules back with the little things you can customize and whatever. But that is it's still copy paste. It's literally the same thing. It's cool that they brought it back, but yeah, it should be par for the fucking course. Why would they take things out in a remake? The only thing that I agree they should take out is the game corner, because of the whole gambling thing. Because if they left that in there, Pokemon will be rated 18 and up in Europe, and we don't want to have that. So if there's anything I can agree that should be taken out, it was the game corner. Unless they change that to be more like an arcade and not a gambling corner. You know what I'm saying? Like if they change, yeah, that actually now that I say that out loud, that actually is a really good idea. Why not have like mini games? Make it like an arcade, dude. Do that. Make it like an arcade where you play little mini games and you get tickets and you can use the tickets to buy stuff. It's like having a Chuck E. Cheese in your game. That would be cool, right? You play little mini games. You have the fucking motion controls or whatever. Just have a skee ball game, and just like toss. You could have the skee balls be in the shape of like Voltorbs. You could toss the Voltorbs and the. I don't know, I'm just making shit up, but like, yeah, just I don't know, have little mini games that's like based off an arcade, and you can unlock like TMs or you can unlock, dude, you can unlock shit for your secret base using the tickets you get. Oh man, I should be a game designer. I have all the best ideas. I think it's a clothing store. Whack-a-Diglett. Who said to have a Whack-a-Diglett? Yes. Dude, that's amazing. I would love it if they had an arcade and Whack-a-Diglett was one of the games. That's fucking genius. Yeah, if they're gonna have like a game corner, let it be like an arcade instead of like a casino, because they can't have anything that resembles gambling anymore because of the whole thing that with Europe. Because if that were the case, then they would have to rate it 18 and up by law. Which, don't get me fucking started how EA's loot boxes count as 3 and up. That's another can of worms I want to say for another time. But yeah, that would be amazing if they had that sort of thing. But see, that would be taking the original and improving upon it, which I don't know if this new studio, what's the studio's name? I forget what studio it is, but it's the same studio that did Pokemon Home and the Hatsune Miku Domino's Pizza app in Japan. I still can't get over that. Those are the only two things they've done. So, do I believe that they're going to make a game that's functionable and fun and playable? Yes. Will it be anything groundbreaking? I don't think so. So, it's one of those things where I guess if they do copy and paste, at least if you liked the original and you weren't looking for anything that much of an improvement, by default you're going to like it, right? So, I mean, that's kind of logical there. But if you're like me and want to see a remake and not a reselling, then no, that's probably might not be the game for you then. Okay, oh, thank you. Yeah, Ilka or ILCA, whatever it is. Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys are very informative. Voltorb Flip feels more like a logic-based game than a game. Here's the thing with that, though. Isn't it true that you can bet and lose in Voltorb Flip, so therefore it counts as gambling? Like even if it's not direct, I still wouldn't test it with Voltorb Flip. Voltorb Flip, if as long as you can ante something up with the risk of losing it, that's gambling. So I would Voltorb Flip. Would not qualify. And the only thing is with the if they're gonna make an arcade, they can't have you pay money to like try out any of the games, because I can already see people dumbasses be like, isn't that gambling because you're spending money and then you're risking something you may not win the game? Yeah, no. Just so if you're gonna make the arcade, just have you just play random games and earn like the tickets or whatever the currency is. And then you can just buy shit for your secret base, maybe clothing for your character, maybe ball seals, maybe TMs, that sort of thing. But that's a fucking great idea. Like Ilka or whatever the hell your name is, I hope that's a thing. Do I believe you're actually going to do that? No, not really. I mean, I'm surprised you even did the underground the way you did it. The underground looks freaking great, I'm not going to lie. At least that is updated. I think that's the only thing that actually looks like genuinely different than the originals. Because everything else looks the same, or if not worse. The contests look awful. The contests are so bad. Like, it's nice to have the contests back, but if you're gonna let Pokemon just do their stock animations while they dance, that's embarrassing. Why bother then? Like, yeah, you want to see Machoke just turn in place and punch all the time? Yeah, sure, why not? Or my favorite was the one where they were fucking they were literally doing their walking animation in place as a dance. Great. That's so innovative, guys. Good job. Hey, at least Game Freak for Legends Arceus has brand new animations. Pokemon can sit now. Yes! It took this long, but we finally got a sitting animation. Woo! I'll be going. Can't wait to do some Buddy Talk episodes. Yes, I will do that because we do have topics to discuss. Similar to my criticism videos, but it'll be I guess, a Waluigi spin on sort of things. Yeah, if actually, I will mention that anyone who is currently watching right now or watching the after footage or whatever, Waluigi fan and I are going to be doing a series on his channel called Buddy Talk because obviously my character's big. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen like you can see it, but whatever. My character is obviously my favorite. My avatar on Discord is Dragonite, Big Yell Buddy, same thing. Yeah, but that's why it's called Buddy Talk. Pretty much we're gonna be doing talking about random things that he wants to discuss, whether it's like gambling in games again, because I mentioned that that's an interesting topic, and I will always talk about that. Other things like how modern Nintendo is, and I think. I think Mario Party Superstars. You were originally going to do that, but I think he already did a video on his own. So yeah, we're going to be talking about interesting topics like that. I mean, as you can tell by this long ass live stream, I like to talk. So this, I can spend hours talking about random shit because it's just fun to. Pokemon can also turn in Legends Arceus. Oh, they can. They have turning animations now. Awesome. Hell yeah. Can we have Dragonite in the game just so I can see what he looks like sitting? Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. He's right there sitting. Oh, Jum, that was the stupidest thing you could have said all night. Although there was a website about Voltor Flip that you can use to cheat your way to victory. Yeah, but still, if you didn't know about that, it was still technically a game of chance, though. Oh, there was no bets in Voltorb Flip. Okay, I think what it was, I think yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah, you're right. There was no bets, but I think you could just keep going and going, but if you lose, you lose everything, but you would just back out and get whatever coins you want at the time. I think that's how it works. I feel like Pokemon needs new management. Yeah, you don't say. Especially if Diamond and Pearl remakes and Legends Arceus are failures. As of right now, I will not consider Legends Arceus a fail on arrival, though. The only thing I consider to be a potential failure, once again, is the release date. Because January, once again, is a terrible time to release the game. It's literally the worst time of the season to release a game. The only thing that I think of is that maybe in order to get certain Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl remakes, you have to have a cross save feature with Legend Arceus. Because think about it, if the game takes place in the past, maybe you have to do something specifically in Legends Arceus so that it triggers an event to happen in Diamond and Pearl remakes. Cross save would be an interesting idea. In fact, I would find it to be really cool. The only problem with that is, though, is if you think about it, it's technically paywalling shit by behind another game. So, as much as it would be a cool idea, I don't support it by that standard. Blinded by greed. Yeah, that's the reason why they hired Tencent to make Unite. See, like, it doesn't matter how many people like the game. It doesn't matter how many people don't spend money in the game. Like the Unite was only designed just to milk wallets of whales. And you can tell that that's where the Pokemon Company's main priorities lie is in that game. They don't give a shit about the Diamond and Pearl remakes. Let's be real. If they did really give a shit about the Diamond and Pearl remakes, they wouldn't have they wouldn't have a noob studio making it. Like, how much money do you think they're fucking paying them? They probably told them, "All right, we'll give you chump change if you fucking copy and paste and add a couple of new things." Okay, deal. It's the same guys that made Pokemon Home, and even still, it took Pokemon Home how many years for them to add a search option to find somebody else looking for the same Pokemon you want to trade. Like, it took them, like, yeah, all right, kudos for them listening to feedback, but still, it took them that long to implement that. I had more mature scenes in my fan fiction, but after reading them, it came off as more cringe. Yeah, there's some of the things that come off cringe in my fan fiction too. Do I enjoy looking back on it and reading it on occasion? I do. Because, I mean, even if it is cringy at times, it's still something that you've done that you were passionate about at the time. So you just, like, it's similar to, like, going back to my very first videos, which don't, please. But it's like, I didn't delete them because it's still a foundation of where I am today. Obviously, like, I don't, like, but I can guarantee my first video was the fucking camera lens at the fucking TV thing. Oh, the fucking the ghetto way of recording the camera to the TV. Oh, I did that for so long just because I didn't have it in me to buy any new shit, but now I finally did it. But it's similar to like how artists would be like how some artists are like look at their old work and like cringe and like, oh my god, it was so terrible. It's like, but you have to appreciate it because you wouldn't be where you are today with your skill if it weren't for those first drawings. So yeah, it might be cringe or whatever, but it's still the foundation. Like, that's it, the foundation where you began. You like with a house, you can't have a good house without a solid foundation. Every journey has to start somewhere. You don't automatically become like a pro artist overnight. You know what I mean? Or like a So you did, like the thing. You just have to actually set. I guess the same thing is about the older Pokemon games, like Gen 1. Gen 1 games are fucking broken and buggy, unbalanced. Like, if there's so many holes if you look through it. Is it entertaining? Yes. Is it fun? Yes. Is it good? No. But it was successful. And so it's still appreciative because I wouldn't have the lot easier if Generation 1 wasn't as successful as it was. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I really would even have this YouTube channel if they weren't if Pokemon wasn't as successful as it was. What would my channel even be about? I'd probably just have a picture of fucking Tiger Woods or something as my icon. I did that once. That was way long ago. I did that as like a joke randomly for like April Fools or something. I just had a picture of Omega Tiger Woods as my icon. I should probably do that again next April Fools just for fun. Oh, that freaking head is iconic though. I love it. I made a timeline based off of it. The story is involved Hideo Trade searching for the person who's killed his mom and dad when he was 5 years old. I mean, it's interesting. Be kind of cool if you had like Pokemon that helped you do that though. Oh, there was another thing too that I was talking with my friends about. It was a they need to make a Pokemon sports game of some kind, like a sports mix game but with Pokemon in it. And the only thing is they better have golf in it and Dragonite better be a golfer. I already have so many freaking photoshopped images and whatever of Dragonite golfing. I want that to be canon. I want Dragonite to be an actual golfer. The freaking best. I wonder who would play football though. Football isn't soccer. I wonder who would play football. Well, actually, no, duh, that's a fucking stupid question. Cinderace would obviously play. He literally is the football rabbit. That was probably the stupidest fucking thing I said all night. Johto needs more love. Yeah, they kind of do. I mean, Heart Gold and Soul Silver are still probably the best remakes we've ever gotten, though, if I'm being honest. I just hope that they don't make like a Let's Go Johto game. Remember that rumor? I hope that. I mean, the Let's Go games were okay. If there's one thing I can say about the Let's Go games, though, is that they looked good. The graphics looked better than Sword and Shield. I don't know how the fuck that worked out. Especially the character models for the Pokemon, they looked gorgeous. Yes, they were the same models, but the textures on the models were polished a bit and they looked really good. Like, I don't know what kind of like texture they used on like Charizard or Nidoking or Nidoqueen, but they looked like they had scales. Dragonite looked like he had scales. The front, like the grooves on his stomach actually looked like actual grooves and not just painted on lines like you see here with his older model. And then they fucking brought they used the older shittier model for the fucking Crown Tundra. I was pissed. I'm like, dude, you had a fucking perfectly good looking Dragonite model and Let's Go. Why didn't you use that? That looked amazing. But no, you freaking grabbed his freaking model from Sun and Moon, and it just looked so bad in comparison. Oh, I was so disappointed. Like, no, I mean it doesn't look horrific or anything. It's like I like the whole like the better textures and stuff. Like, oh man, I wish they did that again. Like that's I wish that hopefully Legends Arceus looks like it's going in that direction though, because so far the graphics aren't like I wouldn't say A tier, but it is pretty good. I would have to say it's probably somewhat getting close to Let's Go, because Let's Go I think had the best. Actually, no. What the fuck am I saying? No, nope. I was lying again. The best graphics on the Switch in terms of a Pokemon game is New Pokemon Snap. Without a doubt. New Pokemon Snap looks fucking amazing. Like, that would have to, like, I wish we got graphics like that for the games. That's, like, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, Cinder, yeah. And someone mentioned Cinderace already, probably, yeah. Probably because they probably commented that before they heard me saying something about, oh wait, duh, yeah, Cinderace. It still bothers me that Dragonair evolves into Dragonite. You and like 100,000 other people. Well, here's the thing, and this is what I firmly believe in. I think the Dratini line and Dratini and Dragonair and Dragonite were supposed to be two separate things, but I think Dragonite was supposed to be either a legendary or just something unique on his own. But because they didn't really, they had, because they wanted to fill in a gap with Dragonair's evolution, and they probably didn't have time to make another form. I think they just slapped Dragonite on that evolutionary line. Because the Generation One was fucking rushed. If you see all like the beta footage, all the beta Pokemon that got cut, a lot of design, like even Squirtle and Wartortle, like Blastoise's design was not like that originally. Did you know Gaming did something on that? But yeah, Blastoise's design wasn't supposed to look like that. It was supposed to look way more turtle-like, and he didn't have the cannons on his shell. But yeah, if I had to guess, I would say that Dragonair and Dragonite weren't supposed to be in the evolutionary line, but they probably, I don't know, that something happened and they just put them together anyway. And oh well, I guess it's canon now. Can't change it. I mean, to be once again, theoretically, they could change it if there's a Hasui and Dratini and Dragonair evolves into something else. That is a high possibility that it could happen. But if it does, Dragonite is as good as dead. No one would care about him anymore because he's old, he's boring, he's outdated, and nobody loves him. Let's Go was executed well for their first Switch game. Yes, it was. I will say, like, I wasn't really a huge fan on the mechanics, and let's be real. The main reason why it exists is because they wanted to capitalize. They wanted to capitalize on the Switch's sales by people who played Pokemon Go. They were trying to get more people to buy the Switch by having those Pokemon games. That was the main reason why that exists. But in terms of like what they did to make it happen, yeah, the game looks very freaking gorgeous. They do I consider that like a good remake? I mean, not really, because there was a lack of content in it. I would say it's probably not worth the money. But in terms of like how the graphics looked and the presentation was pretty good too. They did they all yeah they had the cutscenes for all the legendaries too. That's like little miniature cutscenes, which was kind of cool. Serpentine Dragonite being a water dragon would be great to see. Yeah, it would, but then it would be a clone of Kingdra. I mean, yeah, it would make sense because he is a marine dragon. He's supposed to live out in the sea. But in, in terms of like typing, water dragon's already a thing. What are those dates you're sending me? I don't know what those dates are. Random years, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Now you confused me. I'm just looking. I'm like, did I just see random years in the comments? I'm like, what? Yeah, sorry, my bad. Oh yeah, I see your comment before that. Sorry, I read them out of order. That's my bad. It is getting late. I'm gonna be cutting the stream off very soon. Chatting is an addiction. It can be, especially when you're so invested into something and you're just having fun. You don't want to stop. This is the kind of things that I like to do. It may not be like the most entertaining stream ever, but I like doing it because I like chatting with my audience, having some downtime. But yeah, yeah, Serpentine Dragonite. So would it be just this? Would it be just like Dragonite without the arms, without the legs, uh, without I guess without the grooves on his stomach too, because the grooves are kind of out of place as well. Although it's actually what's funny now that I mentioned that the OG design of Dratini, like before they changed it. Actually, no, I think it was in blue and green, wasn't it? Or red and green rather. Dratini had the grooves on its stomach, and they changed it. I don't know if it was the beta version or if it was like Pokemon Green in Japan that had it, but Dratini definitely had grooves on its stomach or on its belly or its underside, whatever you call it. But I want to Google search Dratini now and look up the old sprites. I know for a fact that his really early days he had the grooves on his front. I gotta look for it now. I'm stubborn. I have to. Yeah, it was the original red and blue and red and green. Yup. And then they changed it in yellow. Yeah, yellow. Pokemon Yellow was when they got rid of the. They just made him and did Dragonair have it actually, or was it just Dratini? That's actually a good question. I honestly do not know. Oh, one way to find out. No, Dragonair did not have it. That's very weird. Then so Dratini had it, then Dragonair didn't, and then Dragonite did. Yeah, so I can see why Dratini they got rid of it for Dratini because it wouldn't make any sense for to have it yes no and then yes. But Dragonite I can understand that just because well Dragonite looks nothing like the previous two evolutions anyway. The only thing that's relatively the same is the head shape, and that's pretty much it. I think it's just like the head shape. I don't know. I kind of like the whole drastic evolution though. I mean, it's very interesting because Dragonair is a very interesting character. The ability to change the weather and whatever, so I can see why people would just like Dragonair on its own. Like the big jewels on its tail and its neck, and then the wings that look like Mario's wing cap on its head. I love that. Fairy Dragon would be interesting too. No, absolutely not. We're not like I do not want Dragonite Hisuian form to be Dragon and Fairy. Please, I do like. Oh my, like I do not need any of my friends or any random people telling me that that Dragonite's a fucking traitor or whatever. I don't this no, I don't need that. No thanks. It was funny when it was a troll and it wasn't true, but if it really happened, I'd be pissed. I had something else to say, but it slipped my mind. Yeah, I'm starting to get tired. It's probably best that I start to. Did we hit 3 hours? Oh, we're almost at 3 hours. All right, I'll probably keep going until 3 hours, and just end it there. That'll be a great way to do that. But yeah, if I don't know, I don't know. I mean, maybe Dratini will get the Dratini line will get a Hisuian form in Legends Arceus. I kind of hope not. I don't know. I mean, I personally don't like Growlithe's Hisuian form. I think it looks ugly. Like I really don't like it. That's just my opinion, though. There's many people that think that that Growlithe looks adorable. And then we have I mean, Braviary looks pretty cool. Even though, like I said, these forms kind of don't make any sense because this game takes place in the past. So what happened to these forms? Did they become extinct? What happens if we transfer these forms to other games? Well, that means that the timeline was changed and they're not extinct anymore. See, like I don't think Game Freak really thought of that when they made these new forms. But they have to try to sell more copies of it somehow, and they know that brand new forms and brand new Pokemon attract more sales. I'm not against the idea, but I just still think it doesn't make any fucking sense. Hey, these Pokemon are extinct. Unless you bring them to home. Then they're magically not extinct anymore. It looks like a Rito? I don't know what that means. Hatsui Growl looks a bit off in my opinion. Rock and Fire is pretty iffy in battle. Yeah, it's just weird because it's supposed to have like a the I know what they were going for. It's supposed to look like a dog that has like abundance of hair that covers its face, like it needs like a haircut or something. But it's just a giant rock on its head instead. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't particularly care for it. I mean, it's okay. It's harmless. It's not like it's gonna ruin my experience with the game because it exists. It's just I'm not a fan of it. The only thing that would ruin my experience in the game is if Dragonite has a Hisuian form. Please don't. Leave my golden boy the same golden boy he has been the past 25 years, please. I don't want to see him changed. Like if I had to choose between him being in the game but he has a new form or him not being in the game at all, fuck it. Don't put him in the game at all. Oh, reading from Zelda. Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, I see what you. Okay, I looked it up. Thank you. Yeah, that's what that was. Yep. That would be cool if that's what they were trying to go for though, as like a nod to that series. I doubt it, but that would be pretty cool though if that's what they were going for. I mean, then again, aren't people calling this the Breath of the Wild of Pokemon? That would be a nice nod to that, wouldn't it? But yeah, Legend. If there's any game that I am still looking forward to, just because I am interested to see how it is executed, it is Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus has a lot of potential behind it. I was iffy at first because they took a really long time to showcase any information on the game. But now that we finally have the information, so far I am intrigued, and I would have to say I'm more on the positive side than the negative side with it. Oh, green. Oh, you're talking about drag. Yeah, well, Dragonite's green is shiny. I don't particularly care about green dragons. Green dragons just seem boring to me. Because most dragons in like fairy tales and shit are usually green. Green's a common color for dragons. Dragonite shiny should have been blue with red wings. Just saying. Blue with red wing membranes would have been fucking perfect. But the front of his belly can be the same color as always. Even Salamance's green color shiny is ugly too. I don't particularly care for that one. Not as bad as Como. Oh god, Como shiny looks ugly. I am not a fan of like the highlighter yellow with the pink. Ugh. Like it is so gross. like like its original color design is awesome. I love the gray, but like the lime green with the pink just it clashes so hard. It does not work. Palkia gives justice to pink dragons. I mean, to be fair, I do like shiny Dratini and Dragonair. I do like the pink with them. I just don't particularly care for the I just don't like shiny Dragonite. Shiny Dragonite's boring. We don't speak of that name here. That Pokemon is forbidden. I joke. I just don't like saying his name. Como would be menacing if he was taller. You can love green shinies all you want. Remember, we have different opinions. That does just because I say green shiny Dragonite looks boring to me does not mean that it's the definitive fact of it. I think that shiny Charizard looks stupid. I don't particularly care for the black and red. And everybody else thinks it's the best thing ever, the best thing ever. It's like, why do you think so many people fanboy over Mega Charizard X? Is because of his color scheme. I have to say, out of all the Pokemon, I mean, I prefer all the Pokemon the way they are because I do like the red, the prime. Well, besides Charizard, I liked how the three main trio that I had were primary colors like red, blue, yellow. But with if I were to pick one of them to be shiny, it would probably be Latias because I do like the gold. The gold looks nice on her. It is a nice touch though that shiny Latios and Latias, the triangle on their bellies actually correspond to the other shiny. So that means Latios would have a yellow triangle, and then Latias would have a teal triangle. That is cool. That's a nice touch. And someone told me too that the Lottie's Mega Evolution, the reason why their color is like that, including the reason why they both look the same, is because their bodies are supposed to merge into one. That's where their whole origin came from, which is the reason why their color's purple, and also reason why they're shiny is green, because if you take the teal with the yellow, it makes that lime green color. That's probably the only creative thing about it is the fact that they well, I use the word creative in a very loose sense. because I don't think they're creative at all. I think it's fucking ugly. But if there's anything, yeah, they took their colors and put them together, and okay, it's purple now because oh, you combine their colors together. Still looks ugly. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that and their wings and arms are the same thing. Oh, I fucking hate that. Like I like with this, like their arms and their wings are two separate things. Like I don't know, that's one of the design choices that I like with the original Lotties. But like with that, it's like their wings and their arms are literally the same thing. Like the I don't know, but just I don't know, it looks weird. I don't particularly care for it. I know that you did. The only reason why I dislike Hydreigon is because that other account scarred me. The only like I didn't have a beef with Hydreigon at all up until that account made me ruin the species for me. Every time I see a Hydreigon, I always think about him. Sometimes I do the Raspy's voice and pretend to be him, even though he never had a raspy voice. I don't even know what he sounded like. But I'd use my quote unquote my mustard voice, my raspy voice, my smoker voice for Hydreigon, just because. But yeah, like Hydreigon as a Pokemon itself, it's okay. And I do like I mean the three-headed part is actually kind of cool, but it's also interesting that it only has one working head and the other two are literally brainless. So I don't know. The whole concept with Hydreigon's interesting. I just don't care for him just because I was literally scarred thanks to that one dumbass on YouTube. So that's the only reason why I don't particularly care for Hydreigon is because of that. So it's like, let's. Which the most ironic thing is, here's the most ironic thing ever. Here, like, and you have this really doesn't make any sense to me. We got into the whole reason why he hacked my channel, besides maybe the Incredible Crew shit, but the main reason was because we got into a huge fucking argument over about me liking Charizard and shit, about his Mega Evolution, saying like, oh, if you don't like the Mega Evolutions, you're not real fans of those Pokemon, etc. This guy was such a huge Mega Evolution fan, but he had Hydreigon as his icon. Hydreigon does not even have a Mega. What the fuck? What the actual fuck is that? He didn't even go the extra mile and use like a fucking fan created Mega Evolution as his icon. No, it's just a regular Hydreigon. He couldn't even go the extra mile and do that. No, he had to do that. I don't get it. Hydreigon got dunked on when fairies existed. Yeah, that's the thing. Hydreigon came in between those two gens. Hydreigon became like a really lethal threat all the way down to a joke just because of fairies. And fairies are very common types in competitive now. And if not fairies themselves, fairy type moves are. So, and poor Como. Como didn't have a chance. You made I understand that dragon and fighting is a unique type, and hell, I love his design. But he's already fairies are gonna whoop him. What the hell? Like, why would you make another dragon that with another ×4 fucking weakness? Is that just like part of the curriculum now? Like, ugh. I mean, at least Goodra doesn't. Goodra's pure dragon, which is nice. What's your least favorite Pokemon of all time? I would probably have to say, well, here's the thing. I'm on the fence between Rayquaza and Hydreigon. Hydreigon for obvious reasons, I just mentioned it. But Rayquaza because of his Mega. And there was a point in time where regular Rayquaza did not even exist. Like, it was not even a thought. Every single time Rayquaza made an appearance in anything, it was just his Mega form. It happened for the Delta episode in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, happened in the Hoopa movie, happened in Super Mystery Dungeon 2. He made a random cameo appearance, but he was only Mega Evolved throughout that entire cutscene. I'm legit shocked they didn't make the final boss in the Mystery Dungeon remake him as his Mega. It's only the rematch with him as his Mega. But yeah, the fact that they pretty much treated like like Mega Rayquaza is a god and it's the only Pokemon that matters in terms of that. Like if I liked regular Rayquaza, but if you're gonna like literally pretend that it doesn't even fucking exist, then so am I. So I'm not. That's why he went from like one of my top 10 to one of my most hated. Like and that sucks because I used to like him, but that's the thing. If the franchise is not gonna even give a single shit about him, then I'm not either. I can't imagine what they're gonna do in Pokemon Go for Mega Rayquaza. Want to make a bet they're gonna have an event where they paywall at $15? Have fun trying to have fun trying to do that. Oh, and you know they're gonna pull some stupid fucking bullshit where, oh, Rayquaza can only Mega Evolve if he knows this move. So therefore, people have to spend the money on the raid passes to get the best Rayquaza again. Oh, but you know they're gonna fucking do that. Don't be sorry, like I said. Don't be sorry about me not liking Hydreigon. That's perfectly fine. If you think Hydreigon is like the coolest, most badass Pokemon ever, hey, stick to that. Take him to the field and whoop some ass with him. Hydreigon is just Team Latinite's arch enemy. That's all. Just kidding. I'm kidding. No, let me rephrase that. Mr. Hydreigon was our arch enemy. Like, that's specific Hydreigon. If I were to redo Shiny Dragonite, though, I'd make it white with light blue. Oh, what? Oh, like a pure white. Huh. I never thought about that. That would kind of clash with his stomach, though, wouldn't it? Like the cream-colored stomach, unless you would like change the front. I'm not a huge fan of fairy types either, if I'm being honest. And no, not because not because they're superior to dragons in terms of like their moves and shit. But it's mainly like a lot of fairy types or newer fairy types have that I look cute, so you have to love me demeanor to it, and I fucking hate that. Sylveon is the perfect example of that. And I also find it very uncomfortable that a fucking set of keys can whoop a dragon. Like, come on. Like, and you have was it Comfy, the fucking ring of flowers that apparently is stronger than a dragon. That like I don't know. Did they just make these fairy types extra cute and cuddly looking just to make dragons look like fucking pussies, or am I just imagining that? Like. It just looks it looks so wrong. Like I don't like that whole oh, I'm cute so you have to love me type of thing. That's why I'm kind of against the Eevee evolutions because all of them have that demeanor to it. I don't hate the Eevee evolutions though. If anything, I really like Flareon and Jolteon. And Glaceon, actually. Glaceon I like too a lot. I mean the Eevee evolutions kind of have that same vibe of Lucario where they're so popular they have to be in literally fucking everything. They just had a whole card set in Japan called Eevee Heroes and it was all the rare cards was dedicated to them. That just says everything. And new Pokemon Snap, they every single Eevee evolution made it to the game. Because of course it did. Actually, didn't all the Eevee evolution make it in Sword and Shield too? If I remember correctly, I think that was a thing. Goodra does give off fairy vibes or poison. Poison, yes, I do see that. But fairy vibes, kinda. Probably because of like the antennas on its head kind of make it look like that. What is my least liked Eevee evolution? Sylveon. I mentioned it before. I don't like Pokemon that pretty much Pokemon that are pretty much telling me if they look cute or not. I don't like it. I'll be the judge of that. I mean, I think Dragonite and Latias are probably two of the cutest Pokemon ever. I think Charmander's really adorable. Like, but they weren't designed like from the ground up to be adorable. Yeah, yeah, Crazy Windy Dragon is sent and go. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Well, so that's tough to do because I Dragon Balls at 64. Mega Rayquaza happened in Pokemon Masters 2 being paired with Steven. I mentioned that too, and he was shiny. That is like fanboy bait right there. What you just said. That's literally the reason why they did it. You know, there was people in the comments too, fucking eating that shit for breakfast. There was one person that literally said, "I will spend my fucking paycheck if I have to get this." No lie. I want to go find that fucking comment and post it, but you know what? I'm too fucking tired. That's how not everybody, because I don't want to pin everybody in a group because that's not fair. But there are some Mega Evolution fans that will fucking do anything to get them. And you should see some of the shit on Twitter. I don't know why I'm there. That's my own fault. But like they're literally demanding Game Freak or Ikasuit Elka, whatever the fuck that other team. They're demanding these studios to put megas in the game, regardless. They are demanding it. Like, oh, it's like, oh, we need a mega Empoleon. We need a mega Torterra. We need a mega Infernape right now. They need them. It's like it's mandatory. Like it's devious. It's like now I know why I got fucking harassed in 2015. It's like some people pissed off because they probably realized they were wasting their time harassing a really mediocre YouTuber. But then but there's some of them are still out there. So I am trying to be very clear. Like when I say I may hate Mega Evolution, but I do not hate anyone who does like it because, like I said, everyone's entitled to what they like. Everyone's entitled to what they believe in or what they their opinion on things. Just because I hate something doesn't mean that I'm attacking you. Espeon the most? Well, oh yeah, because Espeon's really cool. People would have to get the Elite Charge TMs. Yeah. Elite Charge TMs are a fucking scam. Ever since they appeared in the community day boxes, all of a sudden now the community day boxes go from $5 to $13. And the only other way to get you Elite Charge TMs or Elite Fast TMs is to do the Go Battle League. But if you don't reach rank like 15 or higher, you don't get them. So you have to be good at the Go Battle League. If you suck and lose like 99% of the time like I did when I played, because I suck at PvP, let's be real. I'm not a competitive person. But if you suck like I did, it's impossible to get them. So if you want those unique moves, you're kind of obligated to spend the $13 worth of coins on it. So I don't like the way they fucking did that. I was going for Blue Eyes style motif since Charizard's shiny reminds me of Red Eyes. Oh, does Charizard have red eyes when he's shiny? I never noticed that. Speaking of Dragonite, I like how Ash has his own Dragonite. I like. It's funny thing about Ash's Dragonite. You know how? I mean, I don't know if anybody who's been subscribed to me long enough, or that one person who read my fan fiction, he would fucking know. But that whole, you know how Ash's Dragonite is like super huggable, like he's like super hugging and cuddling, and he's really like affectionate and like kind of goofy and like silly and like super happy and peppy. I shit you not, that is exactly how I made my Dragonite back in 2007 in that fanfiction. So somehow I predicted that. Like, I didn't think that would actually be canon. I thought that was my own, like, because I knew Dragonite was kind of friendly, but he wasn't like super friendly like that. He wasn't like super affectionate. Like if you see like Lance's Dragonite, for example, yeah, he's kind of friendly. He's more laid back when he wants to be, but he's not like a big goofball. But I made mine a goofball and mine more like funny and silly and like and love to give hugs all the time. Like that whole hugging thing like was never in the anime before that. I just made that up just because Dragonite looked like he wanted to hug everybody. But now apparently that's canon. How the fuck did I predict that? Like, you can't make that shit up. That's why when I first seen that, I was like, literally like, I was in hysterics. Because like, I didn't know how they got the idea for that. I was just like so I was like losing my freaking mind when I seen that because I'm like I was like, oh my god, it's like Big Yellow Bunny is canon in the anime. Holy shit! The only differences between my Dragonite and Ashes is mine was a pacifist and battled very rarely on occasion for sport. Ashes is more of a battler, so but other than that, it's like the same exact thing. And oh yeah, that's right. My Dragonite loves to eat a lot, and his Dragonite went to the eating contest because he likes to eat a lot. So once again, they keep picking things. They keep picking similarities with my Dragonite, which is so freaking weird. Like that is like I swear to God, if that Latias rumor is true for the anime, and like I see the Lotties and Dragonite together in one shot in the anime, I'm just saying Team Latinite is canon. Just saying. I will freaking scream at the top of my lungs if that ever happens. If like literally I coincidentally accidentally predicted a moment like that, I was not trying to. I had these three dragons together since freaking 2007. So it's just so freaking weird though. Like it's just weird. It's so weird. Like seeing something you've made, or like your own. Like I don't know. I guess you could call it an OC. It's not really that much of an OC yet, and I changed mainly the personality, not necessarily the anything else. But like the personality of Big Yellow Bunny, just that alone. But then all of a sudden, like it's now canon, like in the anime. Like I never ever in my right mind thought that would be a thing. Like I'm still baffled to this day that his Dragonite is like that. Because I thought it was just me in my own mind that created it. But no, I guess there's somebody else, someone on the anime team, or someone, the writers or whatever, that had the same ideas as me. And it's just the biggest coincidence ever, but I'm absolutely loving it. You don't even know. Like, when, like, Ash's Dragonite literally is my dream Dragonite. like, like, that is why I'm absolutely, that's one of the reasons why I love the anime, that's portion of the anime so much. It's because of how like lovable, affectionate, and goofy he is, and all the other traits that I mentioned. I don't know. It's just so surreal. That's it. It's just it really is like you literally see something that you dreamed of, and then it comes to life, and then it for real. It's just oh, that's crazy. I hope to see more. I have to see his Dragonite more in the anime and not just battling. I like that whole like laid back, peppy side to him. Mimikyu is the only fairy that I love. I'm on the fence with Mimikyu. Maybe I'm sorry. I'm reading comments from a while ago, but I got it. I'm very indifferent with Mimikyu. Don't like it. Don't hate it. It's I one thing I can't say about Mimikyu though is I like the fact that it's trying to be like the whole thing. It's trying to be like popular like Pikachu, but in the popularity poll, he actually beat Pikachu. So congratulations, you win. You did exactly what you wanted, Mimikyu. You're more popular than the Pokemon you were trying to imitate. Good on you, buddy. I'm proud of you. Flareon definitely gets the short end of the stick. Yeah, Flareon's stats are very subpar, unfortunately. Its design is cool, but its stats are Umbreon is my favorite Eevee evolution. Umbreon is in Mugen. I haven't seen Umbreon in a while, though. Umbreon is the most defensive character I have in Mugen, which makes sense because in actual Pokemon games, Umbreon is considered defensive. So kudos on the creator of whoever made Umbreon for that. Espeon and Sylveon. Curlier is the cutest. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, to be fair, Curlia wasn't originally a fairy, so I'll give that one a pass. That was one that just turned into a fairy. I feel like Game Freak stopped with the evolutions because the other types aren't deemed cute, in quotes. You might have a point there. That's a very valid point. Because obviously, I mean, how can you make a dragon cute? Well, I mean, besides these two on the left here. Oh yeah, and Gumi, and Dratini, and Gibble. Goodra's cute too. I'll put Goodra under the cute category. Uh, Go Battle League is a scam since a lot of people are lagging. Yeah, like what the fuck is with that? They have not fixed that. There's been so many. That Dragonite must have a jolly or gentle nature. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's one thing I never gave my Dragonite in the the Team Latinite Dragon. I never gave any of my Pokemon natures. I probably should do that though. That's yeah. I never gave any of them natures. I definitely should though. Dragonite's probably yeah. My Dragonite probably would be if anything, Dragonite would have Jolly, and Latias would probably have Gentle. I don't know what Latios would have though. Curly, your Curly is very similar. Super friendly, likes meeting humans, likes hugs, contest. Pure pacifist, considered super cute by others. Yeah, it would be really cool. Oh, dude, that would have been fucking amazing if they put Dragonite in a contest. Can there be an episode where that happens? Oh, that would be amazing. I would love that. Can that please be a thing where his Dragonite just gets entered in a contest? Well, besides the eating contest, I suppose he already technically was in a contest of some kind, but it wasn't a official Pokemon contest. It was an eating contest. Even nearing the 3.5 hour mark. Yeah, I told you I was supposed to go in up until 3, and I got distracted again. I told you talking into the diction, and I knew you'd mention it eventually. I think Lugia should have been a dragon. It's funny you mentioned that because my buddy was talking to me about that earlier. Yeah, Lugia. They probably didn't make it. They probably didn't. At the time, they probably didn't make Lugia a dragon, but probably because they didn't want to make something overpowered. But in Gen 3, they're like, fuck it. Oh yeah, no. And then Gen 4, then like, how many gens did we get where the freaking legendaries are dragons? It's... Oh, actually, no. I guess it would. Well, so it'd be Gen 3, Gen 4, and Gen 5. Your Dragonite very goofy, lovable, overly affectionate, loves to eat a lot, likes training and battling, very serious. Oh, so yeah, yours. So yours is pretty much. I would have to say for Hiryu, I would say yours is probably a cross between Ashes and Lances. Because Lance's Dragonite are very, very serious when it comes to battling. Like they're like super passionate in battling. Big Yellow Buddy, on the other hand, he on a really cold winter day, you would just see him laying in front of the fireplace with a cup of hot cocoa. If Palkia should have been a psychic type due to space, granted Palkia represents liquid, Dialga solid, Giratina gas. Oh, is that the reason why those types are the way they are? Palkia represents liquid, which is water type, Dialga solid, which is steel, Giratina gas, which is ghost. If that's true, I never fucking realized that. Similar how one of the easy way to tell what a psychic type weakness is to think of phobias. It's bug type, phobia of bugs, ghost type, phobia of ghosts, and dark type, phobia of the dark. That's how I remember. It took me forever to realize that the weakness to psychic types are literally based off of 3 phobias. It's wicked clever though. But yeah, that whole thing with like that was it solid, liquid, and gas for those 3 legendary Pokemon. That's fucking genius. I never ever thought about that, but it fits. Cause I always wondered why Palkia was a water type. It didn't make any sense to me. But you saying the fact that he represents like a liquid, and then like liquid, solid, and gas, like that makes so much sense. That's fucking genius, actually. Never knew that. Learn something new every day, but I like that a lot. There was an episode in X and Y that Dragonite appeared as a performer. Yes, I remember that. The one where he was in the tux. Oh my god, I have that picture somewhere on my phone. I love that one. He literally appeared in like a still frame that like it was just showing like there was like some random girl with a Dragonite and he was just wearing like a tux and he had a hat on. There was an error though with that hat. There was an error with that hat which I found to be kind of funny. Um, See if I do I still have the picture? It's on my phone somewhere. But if I remember correctly, that hat that he was wearing, his horn was in front of the hat, when in reality the hat should have been covering his horn. So it just looks so weird because they must have drawn Dragonite first and the hat second, but they totally forgot to cover the horn with the hat. So it just looked like the horn was just awkwardly in front of it for no reason. So there was just a little bit of a drawing goof there. But leave it up to me, who's obsessed with Dragonite, to notice that. Oh, that's so funny. That's so unbelievably funny. Palkia is water because water takes up space. A lot of things take up space, not necessarily water. I mean, fire could take up space, couldn't it? Maybe. Actually, no, maybe not. Well, it does take up some space, but not a lot of it. Giratina is actually antimatter. Huh. I don't know if that's actually canon or if that's just like a speculation or whatever, but either way, I fucking love it. But yeah, no, I do remember that episode in the anime. It's like the Dragonite's like random cameo appearance that one time in an entire freaking generation. It's just him in the tux. Oh, that's not even really a tuxedo. It's like a fancy vest with like a bow tie. Him with like holding the cane, and he has like the top hat on. I would say bring that back, but you know what's gonna happen is the only way they would bring that back is if Dragonite was in Pokemon Unite, and fuck that, I don't want that to happen. Dragonite is too good for Pokemon Unite. Leave him out of it. And don't even put him in it as a Pokemon that you can battle against, like freaking Zapdos or something. No, I don't want him in it at all. Nuh-uh, don't be doing that. I mean, it's bad enough that Latios and Latias technically made it into Pokemon Masters, but as bosses that you could just beat the shit out of over and over again for rewards. Kind of harsh. I don't want. We don't want that again. I still don't like how few episodes Curlia was actually in. Yeah, certain Pokemon are like non-existent compared to others. I mean, hey, I mean, I feel bad for anyone who's a super huge Porygon Z fan. Porygon Z has never been in the anime, which I understand the reason why they didn't put any Porygon or anything in the anime, but seriously, you could put Porygon and Porygon 2 and Porygon Z in the anime without like it's not like putting them in the anime is going to cause a seizure. You have to animate that. I mean, like, what do they think that like if they see a Porygon Z in the anime, people are gonna say, "Are you supporting what happened to those kids long ago?" Is that what they're afraid of? I mean, then again, I mean, everyone on Twitter all like always follows the past or whatever, and if you done anything 15 or 20 years ago, oh, tough. Well, you're a piece of shit right now for doing it that long ago. So I guess that's the reason why we'll probably never see Porygon Z in the anime because I don't want to represent something that accidentally happened many years ago. It sucks that you have to think about things like that nowadays. It really does. It's like I don't need anybody digging up my history. And it shouldn't matter. You know why? Is because I'm not that type of person anymore. I've said and done stupid shit when I was a teenager. We all do because we're still learning and our brains are not fully developed and we don't know any better. But I'm not gonna. I mean, that's one of the things. You can't dwell on the past. You learn from it and become a better person as you age. But if other, that's like obviously if people probably know that I recover from a gambling addiction, right? And that's like saying, well, that $8,000 you spent before, you could have used that for this, this, and this. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's like, well, I can't do anything about it now. It's gone. So what I can do is not spend any more money and learn from my mistakes, which I have been. I've been gamble free for like 3 years. So yeah, I think I've improved on myself. It's not necessarily about the shit I've done before. It's the stuff I've learned from and I prevented now. So that's how it works. I think that's how I'll end anything. Anyone want to say anything before I leave? I will check the views and likes one last time. 6 likes, 10 people here. Wow, that's actually really cool. Appreciate it. It was fun chatting with you all. And it was also I appreciate you either listening or chatting along with me. Let me look at the comments too and read them real quick. If you have anything left to say, do it now. Don't say bye yet because it'll be like a couple minutes before I do that. But Garrett, am I the one that thinks Lotad is cute? No, Lotad's actually cool. Lily Pad dude. Uh, yeah, the only real screen time was in Factor Phony. I'd have to look it up. I definitely don't remember all the episodes of the anime. Porygon Z is really cool. Z conversion is really fun to mess around with, but you have to commit to it. Porygon Z is also a fun character in Mugen. I forgot to mention that as well. Especially when he uses Psychic and then the enemies just spin in circles really fast. It's funny. I would never spend 10,000 coins on Dragonite Unite. No, I wouldn't. Even if he was free. No. I don't want him in the game. Latios and Latios should reappear as rechallengeable bosses in Legendary Arena. Latios is more tougher than Latias. It seems to be a common theme too. Well, obviously Latios is slightly stronger than Latias, but I think the Latios are getting new cards the next set as well, which I'm looking forward to that because those are cards I'll actually be able to get because they're not super rare like holo foil cards. They're just normal ones. That Dragonite card for the was it Evolving Skies or whatever the fuck it's called, like that Dragonite alternate art card still goes for $150 to $200. Like the fuck. I may have a job now, but I'm sure as fuck not spending that kind of money. Telling one of his appearance it was a male. Yeah, but that's Curlia can be a male though, if I remember correctly. Yeah. That's yes, that is technically canon. The Porygon line doesn't deserve to be left out. Yeah, it's just because of that one thing. That is funny. Latias is the more durable one. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know. It really depends. I mean Latias has not gotten like a full art card since 2013. It's crazy. Like it was Plasma Freeze is one of the last times she got a full art. There's been like a tag team version of both Lotties together as a full art card, but like the Latias on her own, she hasn't had a card yet. She's only had like standard rares. Kind of a bummer. She deserves better. She needs more attention, but it seems like Latios and Latias are basically the same Pokemon. Just pick one of them. Okay. Kind of not. That's not my intention. It's either both or none. I never pick one over the other when it comes to the Lotties. They're always together. Scalping is quite a thing. It's oh, before I go, did anybody notice the freaking Pokemon Oreos that are trying to be sold for thousands and thousands of dollars? Like, when are we gonna draw the line with this shit? You're selling a fucking consumable good for thousands of dollars. It's a fucking cookie. When is this gonna stop? Are people just gonna buy all the fucking copies of the Diamond and Pearl remakes just to fucking sell them for hundreds of dollars now? We're gonna scalp to that. Oh, what about those Dialga Palkia Switch Lights? I bet scalpers are gonna fucking swipe those. Like seriously, like anyone who scalps, like they deserve to be punished one way or another. Like there needs to be some sort of repercussion or fine or something with these scalpers, because if they don't get any sort of consequence, it's never going to be resolved. You actually have to like give these bastards a fine of some kind to prevent them from doing it. Because if you don't, they're just going to keep doing it. They're not they're finding idiots to buy this shit for insanely high prices, and they're not getting in trouble for it, even though they clearly should be, because in reality selling something well over the MSRP like that is against the law, but it's not enforced for some fucking reason. So I don't know. That's just very weird. I don't get it. The Switch OLED, yeah, don't get your hopes on buying one of those. As soon as that console's being is gonna be as soon as the pre-orders are out for that console, it's gonna be fucking sold out within 5 minutes. It wouldn't be nearly as bad if the bots didn't take over. Leaving a little early. We know you're leaving on time because the stream's gonna end in like now. So I'm just reading the comments one last time before. If anyone has anything to say or anything, just let me know. Scalping needs to be outlawed. Yep, yes it does. Yeah, I mean if you're trying to sell fucking box of cookies for $1,000, like you have a fucking problem. It's fucking Pokemon Oreos for Christ's sake. I like the Oreo commercial too. It would be like, it's like, oh, which Pokemon will you catch with the Oreos? Yeah, none, because I won't. I don't want to spend $1,000 to fucking buy them. Even if those, even if those Oreos were crafted by Jesus himself, I wouldn't spend $1,000 on it. I don't know why I had the need to say that, but I just did. Thanks for the 7 likes, by the way. Appreciate it. I have to mention that every single time because I do want to go get see. I do. Those need to be acknowledged. And one more time before I go, thank you to all of those who have watched. Thank you to all those who have liked, and especially all of those who have already subscribed. It's not about It's not about asking for more subscribers. It's appreciating what you already have. Because without you guys, well, this type of chat wouldn't even be here. And I really enjoy doing it. I had a really fun time. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you who have supported me thus far. Thank you. So that's going to be it for me. So I need to get going to bed. It is pushing 11 o'clock. I have to get up at 7 in the morning for my new job. And I am looking forward to that. When I get out, I am not entirely sure. I think it's a 10-hour shift. So I will I don't know if I'll stream anything tomorrow. Really depends on how tired I am. It's gonna be a bit to get back into the working mode again. But it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. But if I don't do a Mugen stream during my days on, which will be tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to try to do a Mugen stream or a Mugen video of some kind. Because it's well overdue. The only thing I've really been doing is Dynasty Warriors, which I like that, but let's face it, you're not here for that. Or some of you are, but not all of you. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'm going to head out, and I will see you in the next